Well, let's make a start again to Plague Tale. I enjoyed it last time. I'm still not entirely sure what's going on with it though, other than there are a lot of rats. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a good game. It's very much story driven. Ah, hello Eda Torts. Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you doing? You doing well? I hope you are. Yeah, we're just gonna jump straight back into this. We last time had most of our family murdered in the prologue. We came across an Inquisition who wanted to murder us too and kidnap our brother. There were rats, as you'd imagine. Yeah, that's about it. We left off with us being possibly saved by what do you call it? Like looters, I guess? What do you call the people who went by battlefields stealing stuff off dead bodies? Also, hello Cookie and hello Jamie. Good to see you both. Yeah, we're currently running from these like looters' hideouts because the Inquisition came looking for us. Also, first stream back in the flat. Let me know if everything looks fine. I'm hoping I've got the right balance of light for my like LED lights.
He has a helmet. Ah, Devorantis. What? Devorantis. Saltpeter and alcohol. It burns your face and melts steel.
Wait, what? That sounds mean. Am I just chucking white phosphorus at these people?
Right.
I'd better bloody not. That doesn't sound good.
Go on. Aim for the helmet.
I'm hoping this isn't just like white phosphorus or something.
Just wait till I find you. Told you I'd catch you.
Well, guess it's murder. That's fine. Yes, I've moved a thing on the door. It now says I'm live. I haven't locked the door though, because I still feel weird about just locking the door. It seems awfully antisocial. Well, now I've said that, I should go lock my door, because you're going to come down and barge in, aren't you? There we go. There we are. You can't get in now. For those of you who don't know, Napete is Jamie, one of my flatmates.
Yes.
I find her. Any idea where the whetstones are?
In one of the boxes, but it's an unholy mess in there.
Okay, these guys are searching various boxes. Not entirely sure if the game wants me to just straight up murder them. I would assume so, but they both have helmets, so do I? This guy here doesn't actually have a helmet. If I switch over to this, throw that, get him quick, get him, and bam! We have murdered people.
There are bound to be more. We have to get out of
I'm
here.
gonna say now, I'm not the best people in this game. We're the protagonist, but that doesn't make us a good guy. As far as I'm concerned anyway. I mean, are we justified in murdering them? Is it self-defense? Somewhat. Maybe it's preemptive self-defense. I do enjoy that as a thing.
You see the lit portcullis over there? That's our way out. Listen.
Portcullis?
You have to
Really?
stay, so you
That's
go
our way
first.
out?
Hugo,
Is there not a better way?
keep a lookout and stay quiet.
All right,
Understood.
they're still looking for me.
Okay. This is a lot of people. Chances are, we're not able to murder all of these people. Now, luckily, despite it being dark, there is a distinct lack of rats anywhere. It's very nice. Now, that guy there, okay, he patrols. I was about to say he's kind of blocking my way forward, but no, we can just do this. Wait for him to come back, we go along there behind him, and get into one of those shrubberies. Oh, I do love myself a good shrubbery. Okay, let's go. Now, if you ever start feeling bad for these people when I do murder them, I will say they are French. If that helps, then that's good. If it does, I should possibly be a bit worried about the fact it helps. But yeah. Wait for him to go away. Chuck a rock at this. Move behind him up to there. I think is what we do.
What was that noise?
Go on, Mr. Lampman. There you go. You're managing to do this. Look at you. I wonder who could possibly be in amongst all that armour. Okay, wait for him to turn away again. Wait a second. Okay. Now we get to move.
I hope the kids made a right mess of the English.
I've never seen an explosion like it. My ears are still ringing. We got the one
Yeah,
what did
you're
it.
not stealthing very well, my good friend.
He's being held at the bastion for it.
Okay, good, you're in the
He
grass
himself
now.
lucky. If he didn't have information about the boy, he'd be little chunks of meat by now.
Oh shit. Shit. Melly, I'm late.
What do I do? Can I just go behind this man? Then, like up here. No, that's definitely gonna get me spotted. I need this man to go over that way somewhere.
If we had
Then I
had to
sneak
deal
round
with
the
mess
back.
at the English camp, we'd have had him by now.
Nicholas is gonna be furious. Someone's gonna get it in the neck.
And Vitalis. You might think the captain of
wait
the
for him
guard
to
is
stop
scary,
talking.
but the old man, believe me,
Yeah.
when he's disappointed, he burns people alive just to take his mind off it.
You must be pretty damn special, young man, to merit all this nonsense.
It's not my fault.
That noise. I think it came
Okay,
from over there.
there we go. Interestingly, they don't look around them. Like, usually, if you make a distraction, people look around themselves. That's how I ended up getting a bit stuck last time. I was chucking a rock at some armour, and I just couldn't figure out what I needed to do. Yeah. When you throw a pot, apparently they don't stop to question it. Which is very, very nice. Now, I do have stuff to light fires. I wouldn't think I've got any reason to use that. I do want whatever these materials are though. So I am going to quickly double back. Because that's where we need to go.
So, still nothing?
No,
Should be
they're
able to
only
quickly
kids.
grab
Probably
this.
just hiding in the bushes somewhere.
Well, there's a lot
Lever.
of men looking for just some kids. And the Grand Inquisitor is being pretty tough on Lord Nicholas.
Oh, Nicholas is used to it. They don't call him the Scarlet Monk for nothing.
That's fine. Just distract the man.
That's an odd sound.
Does he look around? No, he turns directly to it. Why did that one person last time have a look around? I don't get it.
Ah, forget it.
That man's not caring about the fact he just saw some people. That's good on me.
Nothing here.
Oh, there is definitely something there. I need you to go back, my good man.
First time was already too much. Let's go.
God, that man's looking again. Oh dear. I'm not in a good spot right now. Hello. Thankfully he's blind as a bat. He cannot somehow see me in amongst this.
Nothing. I must have been mistaken again.
Okay, be careful. Got a couple things in the back of this cart, I think, yeah. I want to loot that if I can. Need to make a distraction.
Hey, somebody's
Come on,
looking.
please.
Search the place.
No, that's woken up some more of him. They don't actually know where I am though. It has created a distraction of sorts. Which is quite nice.
This way, men!
Oh, I've mildly been spotted.
Let's check
Just run.
There, intruders.
Yeah, just continue to run. No, never mind. Possibly I don't need that one thing in the back of a car.
That's right.
In hindsight, should have just left it, shouldn't I?
I've never seen an explosion like it. My ears are still ringing. We got the one what did it though. A young thief who was helping the Daruns. He's being held at the
Throw the
master
child.
center.
I would love to just throw the child. Trust me, if I could, I would have. I do not like this child. They're annoying at the best of times. Also, this guy has stuff right in front of him. That is lootable. What are chances? I can just... It's pretty slim chances, isn't it? I maybe should not have done that. What did I find, I wonder? Was it worth dying for? Chances are slim.
That's right, you were there.
I probably meant to make him take his helmet off and then murder him. That feels a little bit mean. I'll make some just in case I need to do it again. Yeah, maybe be a bit more careful. He spotted me there, that's fine, it's still a distraction. I keep making my way through. We're all good. Lovely. But it's a good item. Chances are it's just a bit of lore, because if we go into here, not there. Why is it crafting? Codex. Yeah, it's probably just this exact map. Yeah, actually, that will be it. That's exactly what we just found. Apparently, it stays even if you get yourself killed. I mean, fair enough. Maps are apparently rare and expensive.
No,
That makes sense. It is medieval times. Medieval times, imagine finding a good cartographer is quite difficult. It's hard to really get the lay of the land and precise measurements or
No,
anything.
they're only kids. Probably just hiding in the bushes somewhere.
Well, there's a lot of men looking for just some kids. And the Grand Inquisitor is being pretty tough on Lord Nicholas.
Oh,
Him
Nicholas is
turn
used to
around.
it. They don't call him the Scarlet Monk for nothing.
Just throw a pot at the man. I really want to just throw a pot at the man, but no. I need to not do that. That's not how you do your stealth. Use massive triangles. I believe we used some triangles. I don't know quite how massive they were. Anyway, I want pebble over there.
What's all the racket?
Grab this. I make my way back here. I think I see more shiny stuff just over this bit. Yeah. Here's probably not a good spot to just stay. So while he's still distracted, I'm just gonna go back.
It was a false alarm.
That's all good. Look at me, doing some stealth as if I'm competent. I'm not, trust me. Yeah, he's coming to have a look, that's fine. He's pretty blind not to spot me.
Let's get out of here. Come on.
Let's just keep
Go
going.
ahead. So kind of you, Your Highness.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm thinking the thing you're thinking of for like the maps and such, it's a sextant, isn't it?
It's Lucas.
That sounds about right.
Arriving soon with fresh supplies. They'll take you to
I
the
think
Inquisition
sextants were a thing they
Basilica.
used, weren't they?
Amicia, do you have
I
any...
don't know why it was called a sextant.
Yes, then go
I'm assuming because
on.
it
Knock
like
his helmet off.
had some kind of six-pointed thing. Yes, haha, funny word and all that. But more importantly, we get to murder the French Inquisition.
I'm so glad to see you again.
6 points, 2 triangles, maybe?
You look well.
That could be where we get it
I
from.
was in a cage. Then there was a huge explosion. Boom! And then we went to Mary's house. She said lots of bad words.
I heard that. And what about you, Lucas? How are you?
Can't believe it, Hugo,
Can we
telling
take a
on our
while, Or
friend.
we can sit down with some wine and some roast those chicken and wait for them to come and kill us. What's
Well,
your
I'm the only
record?
one crouching. I'm assuming I don't need to be
Good.
crouched.
The chateau should
Kind of
be
ruins the mood when you
Let's
just
go. Come on.
squat
It's not far to get
constantly, doesn't it?
Seems like
Well, I'm against it.
times.
You don't say. You forgot to tell us about the Inquisition.
You wouldn't have accepted the deal.
The one where your friends are rich.
We'll sort it out.
Tell my brother that.
Okay,
What's all
this is fine. Apparently,
An Inquisition cart.
Rats.
There must be things we can
they've
salvage
apparently
from
been
inside.
sold out slightly,
I don't see how we can get past.
but
Oh,
I
Amicia,
think we're fine for
I have
now.
something for you. It's a byproduct of ignifer, luminosa. You throw it into a pile of rats.
Luminosa. Lumen,
Anyway, you'll see.
I believe
Take
that's
it.
like a
Saltpeter,
prefix for
alcohol,
light,
and
isn't it?
Mix them together. All right.
Creates a powerful light source, yeah.
Throw it at the rats.
Ooh, that is a very expensive thing to craft though, look at that. Okay.
Boom! Luminosa.
My eyes sting.
It completely destroyed them.
We get to loot this, I guess.
Lucas, the cart's packed full of alchemical material.
Ooh,
Sense.
I get to upgrade.
The Inquisition.
Oh, I do enjoy
As
upgrades.
far as the Macedon without reading much
Upgrades,
into the
people.
writings.
Like they
I
say.
don't know what they're up to.
Only one thing I
But
can't
whatever it is,
actually
it's
afford
cards.
upgrades, I guess
Not
that's what
bad.
we're doing.
Not bad at all.
I no longer need tools to upgrade my equipment though, which is nice. Hooray! I guess we can just upgrade as long as you have the materials we need. But I'm assuming there's still going to be tools to pick up. That seems like a weird upgrade to just give the player, doesn't it? Kind of eliminates one of the resource requirements which you might have.
We're nearly there.
Finally, we're going to find out.
I
at
mean,
last.
sure. I won't
help you
question it.
up.
Yes.
It just seems like a good thing to me.
Let's go up the aqueduct.
Hugo, it's aqueduct.
Oh, aqueduct. Aqueduct.
Ah, look at him,
Finally.
learning.
Where's your brother?
Hopefully we can throw him off of it.
All right.
Ah, no, it's a puzzle. I can do puzzles, look at this. They call me Mr. Puzzleman. I'll have you know. They don't, but I can pretend they do.
All right.
Yes, hairy steak, and thank you for the moo. God, I'm never going to live down that hairy steak thing.
Is that it? There's
That,
nothing
that's a
here.
passage.
Lucas,
Are you blind,
don't tell me
Amicia?
you've done all this for nothing.
No. Laurentius was smarter than that. It's an alchemist's trick.
Come on,
Gold is born from lead.
I can see there's a
Gold will
hole.
only reveal itself to the one who has the key. Something like that.
Just burn it down.
Stop. Use your eyes before using your mouth.
Yeah, there we go. Thankfully one of us is half sensible.
Amicia?
Come on then. We've come this far.
Now I am worried, going into big dark tunnel, when there are rats around. How many rats? None yet.
Oh, wow.
Surely it's not going to stay safe.
Not bad.
Is that the sea?
No, it's water that's collected underground. Hey, there's a pontoon.
People used to use this place.
But I used
We're
the
on the
wrong
right
thing.
track.
Oh dear. That's a waste of resources.
Well done.
You know what? That's fine. I had a few left. That's all good. I don't really need them for much. Yeah, before we go into this pontoon, crafting resources. Lovely. Always worth just distracting yourself by picking up various useless resources.
A reaction ferry.
A what?
A boat that's propelled by a rope. You pull it by hand.
There's a hand crank.
Okay. I can
Could
do
you
it
help me with this?
one way,
All right.
and then they need to do it the other way.
This place
Yeah,
is
we get,
incredible.
for some reason, a quick time
Not
event.
bad. Shame we don't have any wine and cheese. That would have been lovely.
It's a weird thing to just have under the ground though.
It won't work by itself. Go across with Hugo. We'll come afterwards. Are you sure? Yeah. There's only enough room for two anyway.
Yeah, as I thought, they're going over, then we need to have the other two. No. Do I need to tell them to go in? I kinda assumed they would just go in.
Yep.
Okay, let's just do this again and pretend I haven't already done it the once. This is fine. Okay, and now what happens next? There's no other button prompts. It says in the bottom left, I'm just waiting on something. We're not in there, are we? What? Okay. Do I need to tell them to do this?
Melly, can you look after it?
Then we both go?
Lucas!
This isn't supposed to be as big a puzzle as this.
Yes.
The water's green.
Oh, that's
Surely I could just send one of those two across if you go.
Father took a
Then
step
I go across
and I
next.
slipped and fell in the water. It
That would
was
give
so
an
cold
incentive
and
for
made
me to help them across, right?
I would have cried too.
But I guess not.
Your boat away. Yes, Hugo, get
Shall I
in.
get in?
I hope they can swim.
This doesn't seem sturdy.
Hold on tight.
Are we going to be
There you
okay?
go.
Whoa,
Seems it.
I can't see any fish.
Just.
Oh, that's because of the monster.
What? A monster?
Of course. The underground lakes are magical. Huge, ancient
guess.
monsters hide in their depths. And watch out, they're very
Big
hungry.
rat,
No, they're
isn't
not.
it?
And if there were monsters, we'd see some big bubbles.
You got me.
Mummy used to say that monsters are just those things too.
Just
gonna
those
fall in,
things to
isn't
which
he?
we have never given a name. She told me that too.
I would quite like to see a monster actually.
Can I just give him a push? Just help him fall in. I doubt he can swim. He's been very sheltered.
Right, this is where we get off.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Boo.
too quick.
I know, but it's someone else's turn now.
Big rat greater than children. You're not wrong. Anyway, let's just leave our friends behind, yeah? Sounds good to me anyway. And yes, thankfully we've got the side with only one crank, so we're able to do this.
But there might be a whale.
A whale is big, you know.
Yes, but a little one.
Why not? A shy whale that doesn't want to show itself.
It's shy
Yes,
because
you
it's
go.
small. But I'm sure it's pretty.
There's got to be something that goes wrong. Like, what's going wrong here? It's too simple so far. I don't trust it.
Let's go. Whoa. Alright? Yeah. Fine, I just don't like water much, that's all.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
What's gonna go wrong?
I thought that Amicia and Hugo might die and
If you're kebab right now.
scared.
Yeah, fair enough.
I
More exciting possibly than
all behind
lubing
us
up a keyboard.
But anything that takes my fancy at the castle is mine, alright? Fair enough.
What were you
Yeah,
saying?
hello Drainer.
Things for grown-up ears.
We are just
Alright,
murdering
let's
more
keep going.
Frenchmen today, I think. Not sure what else this game's about other than rats.
Ah, closed. Not for long. Make some room.
It's more exciting than lubing a keyboard, I'd imagine so. What about lubing a kebab? Is that better or worse? Because that would just be a bit peculiar, I feel.
Ugh. There you go. Of course. What is this place anyway?
It's.
Okay,
It can't be.
oh, never mind, he's got it for me. Lovely.
That pit. What's the matter?
That hanging brazier can start the length of the trench. Lucas! That one, the other way. It's a defense system.
Like a castle.
Wait, what?
Rat trap.
Well, we're not doing this?
Something.
First flat stream, yeah.
How does
Look,
it work?
it's a different room. I don't know what else to say.
And they get trapped there.
It's just, it's a very small room. I accidentally
Useful.
pressed the Windows key.
I don't know.
That's fine.
Looks ancient. Come Come on, Lucas. Let's take a look.
Right, Melly. While the boys are daydreaming, we should get going.
Okay, can I tell one of them to do this? Probably not. What am I doing here? Let's just drive all the rats back so we're not flooding back to start? I guess not. Like copyrighted music through my door.
Go on.
Can't believe it.
We have to get to the other side. All right, come on.
I mean, I can believe it, but I can't believe you. To think you'd want to play copyright music through my door. Honestly, even the non-copyrighted stuff would probably be bad enough. Thus, a strong female protagonist. Just keep on losing. Copyright free ukulele. I mean, if someone had a ukulele in the flat and you play it outside my door, I'd be more impressed than anything. Because chances of that being in the flat are rather slim. Okay, what do I do here? Is it just a case of pushing this then? Yeah, it seems to be. What's guitar are you?
All right, I'll take care of the door.
Some knights, perhaps?
I mean,
think knights know how to use
you could
stone
try using his guitar. I doubt he'd let you, but you could give it a go.
There are a lot of those.
Lucas? It was built a long time ago, but the rats haven't been here for that long.
You're right. That gives me a lot of bloody rats.
Shove all the rats into the hole. Perfect. He's not awake yet, is he? God, okay. I mean, fair enough, I
Can't
guess.
fault the system. Very efficient.
There we go. We've got arguably the best kind of moat in this castle with its drawbridges and that. Now, it's a rat-infested moat.
I'll go first.
Honestly, far worse than falling into armour. Or, not armour, falling into water with armour on. Like, yeah, you'd sink a bit, but fall into there, regardless of what you have on, you're just going to be eaten. Like, alive. Which sounds rather unpleasant, to put it lightly.
Another door. Maybe it's the right one. I just hope there are no rats behind it.
That's a big hole, it's just a hole though, that's fine.
Nelly, need a little help here. On my way. Come
Okay,
on.
where are the rats? There's got to be more rats.
We found it! The castle!
Whoa.
Okay, no,
It really
it's just
exists.
a castle.
Chateau d'Ombre.
Rather fancy one.
It's amazing.
I had a moment of doubt, but that's the sort of alchemist's legend I like. Come on, let's take a closer look.
Okay, it's a fancy, like, ruined castle, this. I don't know if fancy and ruined really go in the same sentence well, but, I mean, you know what I mean.
Can you do it, Melly?
Awfully fancy. Like, at least grand looking and such.
It's open.
That light I see on, though, over there. Is that a red banner? Like, that bit just there. I'm not sure. It's too far away for me to be able to actually see it accurately in the
Is that
game.
supposed to be the miracle remedy they talk about?
It doesn't smell very good.
A good remedy is a remedy that stinks. Huh, you're not wrong.
Apparently just vinegar that I picked up. What entirely is that about? Particularly widespread legend of 4 thieves found a way to plunder contaminated houses without being struck by evil. They were finally stopped. Robbers promised not to be burned at stake if they revealed their secrets. They agreed, making details of a mysterious recipe public, and they were hanged on the spot. Because they weren't burned, they were hanged instead. You've got to pay attention to these details. Texas recipe remains highly questionable.
Rats! I don't see how.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Did you see that?
Ooh, and they don't like the lightning.
They're afraid of lightning. Let's try
Okay.
it. you kidding?
We need to time this, right? I don't like the idea of having to time this. I infamously have quite bad timing. But let's give it a go. It's hopefully going to be quite generous. Yeah, it seemed to be quite generous. We're still gone.
Unbelievable. People used to live here.
We're very high
And it
up.
wants me to make more ignifer. Make a bit of that. There we go.
This is it. Come on, come on. That should help.
Okay. A nice spot to just wait at for a moment. Okay. Another one over there. Just light that preemptively. There we go. Let me go. I'm doing these. Is it puzzles really? I feel this is just a narrative game
Did we make it?
more than a puzzle game.
We did.
Bit of a stealth one at times.
Look at it. Chateau d'Ombrage.
It's even bigger from here.
Let's get in. Come on.
Ah yes, Hugo. You thought it was just a small castle, but it was actually just very far away.
Incredible.
Silly child.
That tower over there. It's the living quarters. It must
And
be
it
several
was
centuries
banners,
It looks
seemingly.
like it's dry,
Not
but there's a pit in the way.
light.
It's full of rats. It's another trap.
old. There has to be another way to get through.
Yeah, I've lit this. How does that help? I don't know how that helps. It doesn't seem like it should. The only other way through is this though, I guess.
Can you take care of it? All right.
Yeah, sure.
Really old. Oh.
Can we
there's
just
something
kick the
alive
door
in it.
down?
It's open.
That'd be easier, I feel. It's okay. Up we go. Create some more ignifer as we go. We'll need it, I'm sure, at some point.
They all decided to meet here, it seems.
Yeah, it clearly wants me to be making more of it at
Hugo, stay
times.
out of the rain. We'll open up a path to the tower.
All right. Come, Hugo.
Ready, Melly? As long as we get them out of the way. Come on. The
Okay.
siege of Chateau d'Ombrage.
Now, if this works like it did before, this clears the entire path of rats. Because they can't get in over there.
They're moving.
So, this pushes them back. Yeah, that seems to be it. Interesting, but sure.
Now. Yes, that's a good first step. I'll let you go first.
We'd have thought we'd be able to, like, make a way through, but again, we do just act as the liquid in this game. Not typically a thing rats do, but they do just act as a liquid.
I'm with you. Great, I feel better already.
Is she with me? I don't think she is, but okay. Let's just keep going. Where is she?
I'm going to need Melly to push that.
Oh no, it's a puzzle thing,
look at
isn't
that.
it? Okay. This is a weird puzzle. What use could we possibly have had in this castle to have
Guess
this?
that's what the pit's for.
If I pull it back, the rats can't get back, can they?
Melly, can you get to me?
No.
I'm coming.
Okay,
Can't wait to get up there.
fair enough.
The brazier's coming back by itself. Look at them. Swarming like nobles at the king's court. But it's our castle.
It's a weird thing. The fact they had that, like, brazier thing just makes me think they had it planned for if rats were
To
around.
be driven into the pit too. And of course they're on the wrong side of the brazier. I'm
There's
gonna
a
have to go
brazier.
down and see what's there.
See,
All right.
I had the right
I'll
word.
cover you with the brazier.
I knew I had the right idea. We push that along, how far does it go? It goes very far. Doesn't go far enough though, does it? Does come back as well.
I'm putting my life in your hands, you know. All in a day's work, milady.
Well, let's see. I just need to give her a signal. And we just go. No, I need to give her a signal.
Understood.
Well,
It could do it.
I really hope I don't just get murdered by
I'd
her.
rather be down here. I'm fine. I'm just warming up.
Okay, am I okay?
What do you see? More braziers. I can get up on the ramparts. Go on then.
I mean, more
Going to
importantly.
make it. Hugo will be safe. We'll all
I see you're just messing with emotes, Jamie. I do hope you like them. Also, am I able to climb up this? I feel I should be able. I'm not seeing a button prompt. I guess not. Okay, I can light this. I think that's what I need. If you follow Jamie, you can get some extra emotes, which are slightly animated, slightly being a generous way of putting it. But they are there. You're just messing with the follower ones though, which, I mean, I can't give you any animated
Ellie,
ones in
I'm
that.
clearing the outer area. They're coming your way. All right. There are so many of them. We'll never clear a path that way. Right. We need to clear the whole courtyard. Let's get on with it then. I'm already soaked.
Yeah, you did follow. You got the follow remotes. It's like Twitch Prime or whatnot you need to do. And push all the rats into a pit. Okay, that's me a good start. Can I now signal? Yeah,
There you go.
let that one
Into
go.
the pits with you. Yes. Perfect. Well, that's done. The last
Perfect.
sector now. I have to get back to the ladder. All right.
Now
Here we go
pull
again.
this
Have you
back
done it?
all the
Yes.
way.
Are you all right, Hugo?
I'm fine, but I hear you shouting.
Don't worry, the storm will drown out our voices. Soon we'll all get
It's
to see
fine.
the tower. Good luck.
We're kind of backing ourselves into corner here, aren't we? I can't help but feel if we get caught out, that is just us dead. Okay, just pull this all the way. Here we go. You're off for a nap. Alright, fair enough. I'll see you later, Imagine. See you later.
That's a bit better.
I'm gonna need more Ignifer. It's giving me the stuff for it constantly, so I'm definitely crafting it when I can. Just jump down. Perfect. I don't know if creepy crawlies is quite right. I mean, they make a lot of squeaking, and they are rats who have red eyes, so they are somewhat creepy.
Whenever
But
you want.
they're not really all that crawly, are they? We're scampery, I'd say, for a rat. Sounds about correct.
The bridge.
Also, hello,
We'd better
Snowman.
lower it.
How have you been? You been doing good? It's been a little while since I think I last had you in a stream. Not
And
too
so,
long ago.
Misia the Amazon and Melly the Stealthy conquered the Chateau d'Ombrage.
Okay, push down another bridge.
You've
Lovely.
read so many books.
Before long, our useless kid brother can come and help.
Clean up the area down there. We're going to
I'm
need
playing a
the
bunch of a
bridge
new
with the
Yu-Gi-Oh
ramparts.
game. Alright.
Cover you with this
You
one.
had any
Alright.
trouble with people just spending way too long taking their turns? Because I've heard that's a bit of a complaint. There's no turn timer or anything. So people can just take literally however long they want. Without any concern.
I'm more of a cellar girl, you know. How am I going to get up there?
I mean,
But the damn
as far as
rats
I'm
are
aware,
everywhere.
like, people don't ever do that in any of these games.
Very funny.
Because, I mean, it's just mean trying to win by making your opponent so bored they just leave. Because it's as equally boring for you, I'd imagine. Yeah, I have seen some of the reviews when I had a look at Steam page for it. Most of them were just getting onto that, but I feel a lot of them were just exaggerated. More importantly, what do we do next? Flush out all the rats, I think. It's very convenient this castle's left like a rat hole for us. Just shove all the rats in. Usually decks that take 10 minutes for their first turn, never win or lose based on that turn. Okay, so that does definitely make it slightly better, but you still have a problem of it taking like 10 minutes for a turn.
I'm going to need you. I'm coming. All right, here we go again. This is how you conquer a castle. This is how you get sick.
What are we doing now?
My version of the story.
Go back this way, climb up, right? That's all we need. Where do I go from here? It was up this bit, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm remembering vaguely what I did like 2 minutes ago. That's fine. It's not letting me climb up. Give me the prompts. There's an opportunity for you to use cards that disrupt your opponent's turn. Worst case, you tab out for a few minutes. I mean, yeah. Worst case, you just have to wait until somehow you get a notification telling you if the opponent's ended the turn, I guess. It's not really a problem in like Magic the Gathering card game online stuff or the Hearthstone or whatnot. It just seems to be a problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game about a lot of setup. As far as I'm aware anyway, I haven't done a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Myself. But a lot more so it's about setup than any of the other ones.
Come on, back off, you bastards! Retreat before Amicia the Amazon and Melly the Fury! What? Melly the Fury? I told you you didn't know me.
Yeah, probably worse for a new player experience, wasn't bad once you get used to it. Alright, good to hear. Good to hear it's not bad enough to just ruin the game entirely.
We did it! We pushed them back!
The castle saved our lives.
Yes, Laurentius was right. To celebrate our victory, would you mind if we get out of the rain, please? Right, to the tower!
Well, we have got a castle, I guess. It's
yes.
a little bit run down. Just a little.
It's
Small amount.
We'll have time to explore tomorrow. This is our home now.
Secretly hoping this turns into a base building game now. Like tower defense against the invading Templars or Inquisitors? Inquisition? Is Templar part of the Inquisition? Or is that just a Holy Knight? I don't know. I don't know quite what a Templar is. I know Inquisitor's correct. But yeah, not entirely certain on what a Templar is.
You're having a bad dream.
Are you awake already?
Yes, I found lots and lots and lots of things. Come and see, you'll really like them.
Templar Knights with white shirt and red cross. I mean, yeah, aesthetically they are, but
What's that noise?
oh,
It's Lucas.
you get to see gifts and such as actually is a
This will
home.
wake me up.
So the gifts I've picked
Hopefully.
up for people. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, I'll come with you in a second, Hugo. The only slight issue with doing that is I don't care. So you just wait there for a moment. Yeah, as far as we're concerned,
We'll have to patch up these straw
in
mattresses.
terms of like Inquisition, is Templar a Holy Knight in that case?
I'd better stay with Hugo.
I'd imagine, like, possibly. Again, I don't know much about Inquisition and such. I'm not much of a medieval fanatic myself. And am I able to go out here? I am. And, ooh, that's actually quite pretty. When it's not raining and it's all dark. It's quite nice. Doesn't look like European architecture, though. This looks more like Greek architecture. I mean, European as far as there's a bunch of stone walls, I guess. but I don't think any European architecture had like those little motifs around the top of things. I think that was very much more like a Greek. Maybe this is left over from when the Romans came through? Possibly? I don't know. I don't know. Also, can I open this? You're in the bus now, are you, Draina?
I'd better go.
I'll try not to distract you too much from your exciting bus ride then. It's always a fun time riding a bus. Couldn't possibly not be.
We've got a lot of work to do. Oh yes, the things we found.
Yes,
This
look
will
at
stop
that.
us losing them in
Plenty
one
of
place.
gifts. Now, what's going on with all our friends?
The sun dominates the moon instead of complementing it.
Lucas!
Oh, there you are.
Sleep well?
Not a wink. This laboratory's in bad shape, but it inspired me. I'm
That's
on
a
the brink
lot
of
of
completing
bottles.
a great work. And you can help me.
Oh, yes, yes.
The great work. What the
Amicia,
hell's he
I need the
making?
file from the left-hand table.
All right.
On me. What can I do?
We need light for the last step. Hugo, go get a candle.
I can do that.
Oh, that must be it.
Okay, what must be it? What have I picked up? Is that, like, just
Here,
something
anything else?
I should not be
Yes.
putting my
Concentrate,
hands
blow
on?
us up. It's just behind me.
I'll get it.
What's a great work? Can I eat it?
It is the elixir that will illuminate your path. A beacon for the
That's in
bearer of
that
the
same
macula.
jar.
It came to me during the night.
That is actually the exact same jar, isn't it? Ah, hello,
Yeah.
Fuke.
Good.
We are
So-
French in this,
The angel's
so
tear.
I'm sorry.
Pinnacle of alchemy.
The
According to Wikipedia, Templars are Catholic knights.
Wow.
Tradition
great
started
work.
from events that might have been related.
Wasn't supposed to do that.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, Lucas. Perhaps we should let you rest, right, Hugo?
Well done, Lucas. You're a sorcerer. Amicia, come on.
I'm coming.
Taylor's working your break. Ah, okay, but we're getting close. 86% apparently. Yeah, that's worryingly close. I don't want to be that close to having to put on the maid outfit again. That doesn't sound too enjoyable to me.
It's all right. You can come. Where does that lead to?
Where am I going? Apart from the Templars were dissolved, they were tortured by the Inquisitors. Okay, were Inquisitors like different to Templars in a sense of what religion they followed, potentially?
Oh, a grave.
So they're arguably the same in
Who is it?
theory,
Don't know.
but
We can say something
they're
if you'd like.
just
Sorry to
different
disturb you.
in
Don't
terms of
give me
groups.
candles,
It's like saying
but we will leave you in
like
peace.
all
Thanks
soldiers
for
are the
looking
same,
after
but
us.
no, we have different
Come on,
affiliations.
let's go.
Possibly. That might be roughly what we need to get on it. Yeah, I will put on the maid outfit if we meet the goal, don't worry. It will happen last Friday of the month. As soon as it's done, I'm going to get another community goal set up pretty much straight away. Just for the exact same thing. Then we'll see if we can get
By
it
the way, have you
happening
seen Melly?
more than 1 month in a row.
Maybe she's already gone.
Oh no, I wanted to
Because
say
I
goodbye
feel
to
it
her.
takes about a month to fill it up. It needs to rely on people actually coming by though to
This
put points
castle
in.
must have been empty for
Oh,
centuries.
30k points, oh no. That worries me a little.
Lucas will be happy.
Okay. Inquisitors were direct part of the Church, Templars were also Catholic but not a direct part.
Wow.
Okay,
Come on, Amicia, let's both do it.
so kind of a branch,
fun,
I
are you?
guess?
I'm sure the Inquisition
Kind of like how Protestantism
We thought you'd gone.
and such verged away
needed to-
from various other things, maybe? I don't know.
What's the matter? This castle is a ruin. Ah, and that's exactly what you need. Whoever built this place really didn't want to be fucked with. Be good and you'll be fine.
So, you're going to find Arthur? If I can help,
He's my problem. You heard what I heard. Those Inquisition dogs took him to the Bastion. I know where to look. I'll find him.
Amicia, look!
Listen, with Hugo, it doesn't look easy, but believe me, it's worth it. He will save you. They always end up saving us. Even if, you know, brothers. Sometimes you just want to kill them.
Oh, I do want to kill him. Don't
believe
get me
you.
wrong.
Anyway, don't leave without saying goodbye. As if that was my style.
Amicia, please come.
Yes, Hugo. What did you find?
Yeah, when they got dissolved, when the Pope wanted to incorporate Templars into
What
the
joint?
church.
The one in the dining room.
And yeah, was your kebab good, Drainer? What kind of kebab? Do you have like any fancy kebab sauces or whatnot on it? Just like lamb, chicken? Doner kebab. A nice generic kebab. You can't go wrong with doner. Well, you can, depending on how cheap it is.
Look, it's the same symbols.
You're right. Alchemist coat of arms, maybe?
Have you seen the tree?
Oh, Hugo.
Come on, over here.
I'll follow you in a second, Hugo. Let me just do some crafting. Ammunition. Do I want ammunition? Arguably no. I don't find myself running low on ammunition often. I just need to find a bit more fabric and I'll upgrade my pocket, I think. Yeah, that seems to be more reasonable. Yeah, extra garlic sauce. Yeah, fair enough. Garlic sauce. A lot of people like it. Personally, I'm not too bothered about garlic.
Come back. Where are you going?
Having lunch kebabs
You
are
found
making
new
you hungry.
Yes.
Understandably so. Okay. Tree similar to the tree on our thing, and therefore we're making it like a commemorative grave.
I'm sorry. I'm sick.
No,
God,
no.
yeah, he's looking rather sick. Look at his veins. God, they're very pronounced. That's definitely
I'm
getting
going to find a way
worse.
to cure you. And there's Lucas and Melly now, you know?
Lucas, come
Yeah.
see the butterflies.
Looks like someone's having a good time.
Is our brother just terminally ill then?
Yes. The macula is spreading through his blood. The books say there are several thresholds in the process, and at each threshold, the carrier may be lost.
How much time do we have?
Very little. Hugo is nearing the first threshold. My master and your mother were trying to slow the process down.
But how? What were they doing?
They were working on a very complex elixir that would allow him time to prepare.
And do you know how to do it?
I don't have their knowledge, but their work was inspired by a forbidden book, the Sanguinis Itinera.
So perhaps with the book.
I'm afraid
could.
not. The Sanguinis Itinera is dangerous. It is
Yeah,
sealed
hence the
together with other
forbidden
works
part.
in the university basement. Just getting there would be near impossible. Suicidal even.
Normally, yes. But if we take advantage of the current chaos, we might have a chance. I know the place. It's in town not far from where they keep my brother. If you're ready to take that risk, I can help you get in. Thank you. Right. I'll get my belongings together. Meet me inside when you want to.
Yeah, I
that
wouldn't get
case,
your
you'll
hopes
need
up,
to look
Drainer. Even if he is
I guess
terminally
I'll-
ill, the plot's protecting him for now.
Hugo, I'm really sorry. I need to leave.
Don't worry, I'll stay with Lucas.
Good. I'll be back soon.
Oh, look at Hugo. He gets on with Lucas. How lovely.
Father,
Yeah.
Mother, you'll always
Indents
be here
is a commemorative
with
grave.
us.
Not a real grave we don't have for bodies at all. But we can ignore that. That's fine. Just have a run around. any crafting materials at all. I needed 2 more fabric. Don't think there's any more fabric around, is there? No, we're just gonna have to do this.
At last. All right, come on.
Here. And one last thing. Laurentius told me once that there are roses scattered along the path to the book, so keep your eyes open.
Roses.
Hey,
All
roses.
right, we will.
I'm assuming there are motifs on the wall, possibly banners with a rose crest of some kind. My guess, anyway. That's us just past the halfway point in the game. Apparently 17 chapters and all. That is what my friend told me. And I will believe him because he's the one who recommended it to me. Yeah, that's us halfway.
The first rule of survival
I'm
is
worried
hidden between the legs.
what more could
Wouldn't the
possibly
head be
happen.
quicker? You're way too soft. Shh, there are the town ramparts.
Yeah. So we're just straight up going into a well-defended town.
What's that crowd on
Thankfully, a
the
lot of
bridge? It's
people
the
are
town's-
leaving.
They're being evacuated. Let me guess. The bite's here. Exactly. And where there's the bite, you'll also find the Inquisition. Aren't you the smart one?
The bite, it's like the plague, but more
Did you know
involving the rats,
A
I
thief.
guess.
I used to work with him. He was gifted.
So that's the punishment for stealing. Death.
I don't want to find Arthur with that kind of collar.
Come on. Let's go.
I'm assuming this is locked, isn't it?
I'll open
Yeah,
this.
there we go.
Then I'll go take care of Arthur.
All right. So, where will I find the university? It's the big building at the other end. You can't miss it. Do you think
Also,
we'll
she doesn't
see
have
each
any
other again?
shoes, I've just
I hope
noticed.
so. You owe me. Shit.
Should really get her
That
some
means you're
shoes,
not
that
allowed to
can't be comfortable.
I'll do my best. There you go. Go on. Get going.
Come on, let's go.
Good luck. You too.
That's us splitting up now, I guess.
City folk. They know they'll die if they stay here, but you think they'll leave of their own accord? Come on, get a move on. We have to get the last ones out.
Don't worry, we're almost done.
They came from over that way, so that's where I probably want to go. Meaning,
Those
I
bastards.
actually want
What
to
are
go
they
up
doing?
here. It's entirely the stuff they're going to so make some. We'll make a couple bits. There we go. Yeah, continue to go through and just see what happens, I guess. They were supposed to be stealthing around, so I'm just going to run all the way up these stairs. Stealth out the door, and yeah, we're fine.
Over there. That must be the university.
Okay, yeah, that's what we want. That's a long way away. And the light in front, it makes me think they're burning the dead. Or potentially burning the infected. Slowly turning into a rich slob.
It's way off.
I mean,
But you can do this.
they're allowed to indulge every now and again. That's fine. Don't you worry, Drainer. Don't you worry.
You in there? This is your last warning before we drag you out on your arse!
All right, sir. We're just getting our stuff together. Elsa, leave those plates and gather up some warm clothes.
Bloody bourgeois. What is it?
Oh dear.
Well,
I've made a slight mistake.
we have here.
I thought they'd be occupied for longer. Thankfully, he doesn't know how to get around this obstacle, so I should be okay. I'm very worried his pathing will figure me out in a second.
Found someone.
Yeah.
Here.
Right now you're waiting on your bank to give you a mortgage and a house. I mean, fair enough.
Right.
Hopefully it goes well for you.
It's way off.
It'll be good once you have your own house, to imagine.
Here we go.
There. This is your last warning before we drag you out on your arse!
I'm quick enough. There we go.
Bloody bourgeois.
What kind of house is it? Is it just like a kind of flat or what? You want a house before you're 24? It's only going to get more expensive. Yep. Fair enough, you're not wrong. hardly gonna get cheaper as time goes by. Especially with all the people who are rich enough to buy houses now buying more and renting them out. Just making it harder for people who just want a house of their own to actually get a house. Yeah, nothing up there. Templars were overnight knights created by the King of Jerusalem to protect pilgrims from bandits. Got donated resources and officially approved and endorsed by the church.
Careful.
Okay. One-story house detached. I mean, a detached house is always going to be like more expensive than a semi-detached house or whatnot. That's somewhat fair enough. It's like that. He doesn't know where I am. I can't see Mr. Cameraman. There we go. But yeah, 225k, it's a lot for a house. But just think, if you actually get to the point where you actually own the house, that point, that's just money in your pocket if you ever want to move on to somewhere else. Ah, hello, good to see you. How are you doing? You doing fine, Sleepy? Call you by your real name, don't know if I want to, seeing as you are my sister. Up to you. I have a feeling I've been spotted. I thought he went further away. I should have looked out for him. That would have been sensible. It's cheap in the Netherlands. I mean, the houses are just expensive, especially if it's a good house. Like, sure, you could get yourself a like smaller house, which isn't really all that well renovated, but it's a lot of hassle to get a house renovated, I imagine. Probably more hassle than it's worth. Bribe? No, you can't bribe me into writing English stuff. I'm willing to give a hand. I'll give you a helping back for the weekend. I'll like be coming back Friday night, so I'm more than happy to lend a hand to you. I'm good at just padding stuff out for your English. It's the only skill I actually learnt from English. Just padding stuff out with fancy words. Also, I should really carry around one of those fiery sticks as well. I understand it's not very stealthy, but I feel it would be useful on occasion. Yeah, no. How do I get up this way? That man just waits over there. Comes around. Does he come all the way up to this? No, I think he stands the other side of this little barrier.
What's that then?
Does that work? I think that might have worked. No. No, almost definitely not. It's okay, I can make his pathing not quite work.
Where are you?
Look at that stealth. I am a master at this. Let's just go. How the hell did that work? This isn't even where I'm meant to go. Where am I meant to go? Not in here. Come on, just keep on walking around it. He won't be able to get me, he's ranged. Has he lost me again? About £30 worth of fudge. I mean, as tempting as it is, no, I'm not just gonna do it for you. Like, that's just dishonest. I'm not doing that. Where am I meant to go here, though? I thought I was meant to go over that way, but there's not really any way to do that. Okay, just walk around. He treats it as a proper wall, so I can't just hide from him. Like, a third time. Yeah, but where do I go? And £30 worth of fudge, it's It's quite a lot, but I'm assuming you get it from the place I usually get my fudge when I buy it. Kilted Fudge Company, if you're ever in Scotland. They're good, and they do deliveries as well. But yeah, that would probably get you maybe 2 kilograms worth. It's good quality fudge, it's not just like cheap fudge. Where the hell am I meant to go? I thought I was meant to go up that way. You actually ordered some for yourself and you've eaten half of it. I mean, yeah, that's understandable. If you had ordered it for yourself, there's nothing wrong with ordering just some and eating it for yourself. Like, that's what you're meant to do, right? It'd be weird if you didn't eat it. My God, this man. I hate this man. He's strangely perceptive at some times, and others he's not. Where am I meant to go though? Like, I was just sitting around there, and I had no idea where I'm meant to go. Was there a door I could interact with past him? I know I'm supposed to go somewhere in that sort of a general direction. I just don't actually know where. I mean, like that, yes, definitely. Do I just murder the guy? I could. It seems excessive, but I could. It's quite cheap, honestly.
Well, it was nothing.
But, I mean, you have to just wonder, is it worth killing him? Seems, like I say, excessive. There's a pot, so I'm clearly meant to distract him for something. If I distract him though, well, what do I do? Where do I distract him in order to get? It's hardly the most obvious. I chuck it over there, I can go through that way, I guess. Medieval Inquisitions, same time, place, Templars, sort of church court system to punish heresy and to replace the mob, justice, witch burnings. Ah, okay. So basically trying to regulate the witch burnings and such. That's fair enough. Just wait for this guy to lose interest. Come on.
Nothing to report.
Turn away. Yeah, but have you just been looking into Templar and such this whole time still, man? I mean, I appreciate it, because I didn't quite know what was going on with it all myself. But, I mean, I don't entirely know why you're so interested. I was just mentioning it in passing. Ah, that's what I meant to do. You can climb over this. Okay, that helps. Fun topic to read about. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, I'm not going to stop you. Like, it's interesting stuff what happened during medieval times, because that was when they tried to get, like, everything a bit more regulated.
You go and see if you can nick stuff with all these rats around your feet.
Oh no. I have to do that, I'm sorry.
Shit. I'm gonna make sure I don't end up like you, mate.
He was dying in front of him and he gave him a kick. Just had to make sure the job was done. Oh, poor guy needs to choose his friends better. Oh, I feel terrible about that now. Now, I need this man to be here investigating that.
This'll be
If
the
he
last
is,
time.
I can make use of his torch and stealth.
Was
And
you.
no,
Not getting away this time.
I kinda messed up that. That's a shame. I just went out slightly too quickly. Again, stealth games, not my forte. I'm not great at them.
Get out! Fuck. You go and see if you can nick stuff with all these rats around your feet.
Perfect.
What are you doing there?
Another bit of murder. What are you doing there? He says to his
They
friend.
mushed on you, didn't they?
Oh no.
Should have been more careful.
Anyway, I think I've pieced together that I want to do that, but no, I need to wait a second, apparently. That's fine. Come on, my good sir.
Right. You're going to regret messing with me.
He's already aware there's someone around. I need to follow behind him when he turns. There we go. Look at me stealthing. I've got a vague idea of what I'm doing. I don't have any space for that. Just keep on moving. It's fine. What's that horn? Ah, blast call. Okay, they're evacuating stuff.
We have to leave if the Inquisition takes us. Shit! Rats! Leave it there! Come back later!
Okay, neither of them got eaten. I was expecting one of those two to get eaten. Poor rats are going hungry. You've got to feel slightly bad for them. No, you don't. No, the rats are just very, just cruel, I guess. It's nothing like Ratatouille. If I knew they're French people and rats, I had my hopes set high. But no, none of these rats are making fine, like, artisanal meals or anything. Can't see where I'm going. There we go.
But at least I'm still alive.
Got a chicken.
Stay put and keep quiet.
What's
And
going on?
oh,
He's my husband!
He was your husband. It's all over for him now, so get lost.
Not by myself. I can't leave without him.
Shut up! You heard of martial law? Wanna die before he
can't.
does?
I can't murder.
I'm contagious. Get out of here.
Listen to him. No.
God.
Oh no,
I'm tired of your bullshit.
Oh no.
I didn't sign up for this.
Okay. I'm assuming this isn't the husband, right? This is just the man
To keep those rats
who
busy.
hanged himself. I'm sorry. This feels rather disrespectful doing this. But I don't think I've got a choice.
Hey, where's the hanging man?
Just get rid of him. There we go. We're all good. I'm very much just murdering these Inquisitors at this point. Can't even pretend I'm any good.
When will it stop?
I mean, I saved one of them at one point. When there was like an optional thing. Gameplay sniping lanterns. Very little of it so far. I'd done it once. Like in the last 3 hours I played the stream on Tuesday. So there isn't a lot of sniping lanterns. Although there seems to be a lot more of it here than there has been previously. Okay, sulfur and saltpeter. What does it want me to make? None of these use sulfur and saltpeter. Can make some more ignifer, but I've got tons of it. Can you make some of this? Get some more saltpeter. There we go.
Locked.
But yeah, keep on going. Can jump into here. Lootable stuff. Your pigs aren't having the best times. Okay. What to do? No guards, but there's a lot of rats. It's definitely funneling me under there.
Too many rats under there. I can't get through without distracting them.
How do you distract rats? Ah! Come across the gallows. Oh dear. Luckily a couple of them are hung up with breakable chains. Only a couple though. The rest of them are done the ropes, which I can't break with my sling. Oh god.
Right. Stay
Oh
calm.
god.
Think of Hugo.
This isn't just a gallows, the hell is this? Do we wait for these people to just decompose and fall down, then they just hang more people up? Okay. That seems morally questionable. That seems very morally questionable. Ah, okay, I see what I need to do. Hop over here again. I need to ignite that, the guard will get distracted, so I've got to cover here to hide behind. While he moves, can I escape past him using his light?
You're the ones behind this mess again, aren't you?
No, I can't. I thought his light was closer. Maybe time that better next time. Just press the wrong button, accidentally press the Windows key, that's fine. I can press a button on my keyboard to disable the Windows key. There we go. Won't be accidentally doing that again. Yeah, this man, I just need to go past him, I'm assuming once he's finished, because you can climb up that ledge there. But I could do this. Yeah, there we go. That's a much better way to do it.
Nothing at all.
I can get myself a stick. Make my way back down. Light the stick. Here we go.
What's that under my...
Oh no! Don't let go, guys. Don't say it's sticky. Oh no, I don't like it. End over. Let's just ignite this. We need a stick. How do we get a stick? I don't know how we do it here. Want to get to that chest, we need one. I mean I could make one of these. Arguably, yeah, that's fine enough. I needed fabric for stuff. I really want to just see what's in here. If I had a stick, that would have been much better, but no, I'd say this is worthwhile. Got what looks like a very fancy chest with half of the materials I just used, as well as now access to a stick. Okay, maybe not the best investment of my materials, but it's good enough. It's good enough. Now, with my stick, can I do anything? Can't actually throw stuff with my stick around, so I guess just throw a pot, make a distraction.
First time was already too much. Let's go.
This man's not happy because he was distracted by the torch before, but that's fine. As long as you don't distract him a third time, they're happy enough to leave you be.
They've been mistaken again.
I made it. Oh,
Okay, we got a
I'll
save.
never forget this smell.
That's all good. We made it through the rather grim gallows, where we just leave people to decompose and fall through a metal grate into the waiting rats below.
The university.
Rats is a weird place.
Keep going.
I've never been there, but this isn't really selling it to me.
The cemetery. It's on the way.
Oh no, I need to go through a cemetery. This is never good. This isn't going to be a good thing. Thankfully it looks to be locked.
If only Melly was here.
I'm
Come,
assuming
there
that's
has to be
not a
another
good
way to get
thing.
in.
First time we've seen that type of gallows set up. I mean, I'm assuming that's what it was meant for, right? Why else do they have the metal grate underneath? If not for the body parts and such to fall through.
The Inquisition must have put it here. Looks like it pivots. Huh, clever.
Oh,
Grand Inquisitor doesn't do things by halves.
get a path of light. I don't like that. But there we go. Tool upgrades, thank god I can upgrade my pouch. Is that what I want upgraded? I mean, strings if we get a little bit more saltpeter. Maybe.
Come on, mate. Your coins at least.
No!
What's the chance of saltpeter being that thing over there? Quite high, I'd say, actually. It looks like it's saltpeter. Yeah, gallows like that actually exist, do you think, or is that just like artistic like liberty that the game's taking to make it seem even more horrendous? Because I mean, it might have just been there so you had to walk through all of that in order to actually get to the next area. And yeah, I didn't find any saltpeter, but thinking probably just, yeah, need more leather for that. A lot more. This one needs more cord as well. Just upgrade my pockets. There we go. I can now carry more things. And up we go.
Must have something. Something
A
worthwhile.
looter of some
Everyone's got a bit
kind.
of treasure.
Do something, come on.
I feel bad, but there we go, I guess.
God will teach you.
Poor guy. He was just looting the dead. He wasn't doing anything. He was kind of doing something wrong, but you know, it could have been worse. He wasn't actively murdering me. Yeah, put this there. Seems to be about correct. And no, don't jump back into the rats. God damn, control scheme is terrible in this at times. Why space your jump back button?
Magister, the Episanguis.
Let's see.
That's sulfur? I think that's sulfur.
Perfect.
If I may be so bold, we know it comes from those rats, but what's it for?
Not sulfur then.
We call this odorous.
Whoa.
Oh. That is just one of the effects of the Episanguis, when we mix it with sulfur. But that's not what we are interested in.
So why don't we let our units use it, eh? It could...
It is too precious. Each Episanguis crystal must be kept for our project.
Too precious, he says after just smashing something made using it on the ground in demonstration.
Regrettable accident.
He could have just said,
Deliver it to the
surely.
Bastion. That is enough for today.
Regrettable accidents.
Imagine you spill some on your feet. You'd have to do your patrol on your ass.
I don't understand what that is. I think that might be more fantasy than actually real.
I need to see this.
Yeah.
Come on, it's just a cemetery.
Make my way through the rat-infested
What are
cemetery.
you so excited about?
They're eating something. It clearly wants me to do this.
Oh, wow.
That gets me some of this.
Right.
The
Sanguis,
I can make odorous. And no, don't eat me, rats. I was trying to climb up. Okay, that's fine. You can do that again. Apparently the hang of corpses is gibbeting, structured as a gibbet. Okay, yeah, I knew about the gibbet part. I'm a little confused on how it all fits together in this game's lore and such.
Now, we just have to try it out. Lucas,
Okay.
this one's for you.
To throw that there, it creates a bait
This
temporarily.
will save my life. I need to find more. Remember, the
Yeah.
effect doesn't last long.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Apparently, yeah, I can make improvements now. I get more of it. I can upgrade my alchemy. Ooh. Can increase effectiveness. More accurate in creating stuff, gains increased power, causing it to crackle a lot as it burns. Ignifer could be like some kind of distraction firecracker kind of thing. Ooh, that is quite tempting. Yeah, we need to find a better use for it. I'd like a stick to go through here. Are there not any sticks about? And there's a mass grave. Very much. Is it supposed to be a mass grave? It's just in the middle of the road. I don't know. Now, I'm still doubtful about the whole, like, what would you call it, grate underneath the gibbet. That doesn't strike me as a thing they do. Seems like it would just be too much hassle back in your medieval times. How does this work? Seems I should craft more of it. Ooh, it attracts him from a large distance. I thought that'd be a lot of a shorter distance. Okay, more useful than I thought.
Over there, it looks like the exit. Come on, it's not that far.
Got another crystal there, so it clearly just wants me to do this. Okay, make my way through, grab them, and I need something to move my way up there, but out of curiosity, if I just keep sweeping this through, no, the rats do come back slightly. Okay, just leave it like here, seems to be good enough. Another one, more materials.
Climb on it.
Just need to go this way. Thank you, light. Very convenient being set up right next to exactly where I want to go. Can I get into this? Just. Okay, stuff down here. Any chance I could grab that? I think yes. Yes, I can. Make more Ordus. It's Ordus, isn't it? Odorous. It's close. I got close. Cage plenty of examples of metal cages for body. Yeah, great flooring. It seems like a waste of metal. I don't see them doing that when, like, military campaigns were a very common thing. Like, I very much am doubtful about it. Yeah, shining that there doesn't do anything. I need to shine it over this way. Okay. From here, what do I do? It's not immediately obvious what I should do. I mean, I would assume make more of this. That's like the whole area's gimmick, surely. That won't give me enough time to pull that. So why? Like, I would assume you can shine this through the grate. But you can still see rats on the other side. So surely not, so that's not going to work. Sweep the rats away. That doesn't work. Am I missing something in the environment? No, I'm apparently not. Well, guess I'm just doing this. And making a run for it. Grab that very, very quickly.
I need to block them once and for all.
No, I'm just getting eaten. Yes, that doesn't work. What do I do there? It resets me to here, so this is where I'm supposed to do stuff. I need to grab the materials again though. Annoyingly. Put this back over this way. If I have that there, does that just stop them coming in? Like at all? You get sulfur, you get alcohol, you get that crystal. Sulfur and alcohol makes ignifer. Do I need ignifer? I've not spotted anything that I'm able to light. Yeah. Get back into the safe spot. And no, back into the light. No, apparently not. Well, need to grab some of those materials again. I really do feel I'm missing something.
Down there. I could climb on it.
Yeah, I do need to get that cart down. That's the whole goal of this. Okay, grab that. We have stuff to make more ignifer, I might as well. What do we do here? Am I missing something obvious? I don't think I am. I really hope I'm not anyway. Otherwise I'm seeming like quite the fool right now. Did that really not work? Did I just waste that somehow? Okay, there we go. Rats, what do I do with the rats? Can you light the cart on fire? Surely not, no. Not locking onto anything. It has given me materials in order to make the like ignifer. If I missed something down here? No. So I need this cart. How do I stop the rats? I don't like this game's puzzles. It's not immediately clear what I'm supposed to do to solve this. I can see the end goal, but there's nothing I can actually interact with. Other than that, like, light, which doesn't do anything. That light doesn't actually let me get into there at all. It doesn't go through the fence for whatever stupid reason. My guess is maybe lure them through that hole, then use the light to shut it off. That work? I mean, maybe.
Odorous won't keep them in there for long.
Yeah.
I need to block them once and for all.
Is that really all it was? Okay, cool. That was easier than I thought. Just as I was complaining about the puzzle, I clearly need to complain more. That's what I'm doing wrong, I'm not complaining anywhere near enough. Now I just need to shove this along. And down the hill, which I don't feel will go well.
Oh no!
Oh no, that's
Very
works.
discreet. Right.
It
now
doesn't
just
matter
let
if
me-
we're quiet though. That's fine. The character may be going on at us for it, but no, it doesn't matter in the slightest if we're quiet.
You see? You're doing
Not
it.
anyone here.
Getting there.
Now we immediately get some materials as a top up. Not very much. We get some stuff.
My god, what happened here?
Yeah, what did happen here? For him to get impaled in that way, he would have needed to been shoved on. Or maybe stumbled out of his door, tripped over one of the bodies. Okay.
I'm getting closer. The book better really exists,
It's
Lucas.
not great.
Oh Lord, the sick.
God,
They've
yeah.
sorted them.
The rats! They've unleashed the rats!
I can't. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm not even able to set him on fire, that's a shame.
I can't believe it. They used the rats against the sick.
Okay, so the Inquisitors are using the rats as
What are you going to
tools.
say that's so important, screeching the whole time like that?
Odorous.
Cages of
I
them.
could try.
Yeah, and once you're in the bastion, you'll see.
Oh no.
They'll cut you up real good.
Poor guy.
It worked.
I feel a little bad doing that. That was rather brutal of me.
It's too late for you. Call it mercy. But don't worry. All the others will soon be saved. What?
Stop chucking them in the water. They'll all end up on the other side.
Don't see.
Can't patrol there anymore because it fucking stinks. Well,
Hey, you!
Be careful. I'm gonna get a checkpoint anyway, most likely. Ah, that's what I was supposed to do. He gets distracted by this buckets and whatnot. Just quickly craft some of this. Now is definitely the time for it. But no, never mind, he just bludgeons me. I'd hoped I could just get him eaten, but apparently no.
Why? Because it's too late for you. Call it mercy. But don't
He's
worry.
currently in the light,
All the
so that's
others
why
will
the
soon
rats
be
don't
saved.
do anything.
hey, stop chucking them in the water. They'll all end up on the other side. We can't patrol there anymore because it fucking stinks.
Well, you're lucky you can still smell something.
Okay, throw a rock.
That noise.
There we go.
What was it?
Luckily, stealth game, they all fall for that every single time. Yeah, I know what I need to do here. Okay, so lure them out of the light, and then use the rats.
Why are they still
Seems a little cruel,
here
but
beside
sure.
us? Cages. This is not just an evacuation.
We're all going to get ill hanging around here. Passing it on from one sick bloke to the next, right up to the Grand Inquisitor. There'll be no one left.
I could just murder both of these guys.
Stop trying. I don't want to hear another peep out of you.
I'm assuming I shouldn't. Just be careful. Get little alerts on our screen telling us the rough location of people. But no, we can just go. It's fine.
It's one
Where
of
am I
those
going?
alchemist carts. There must be something useful in it.
Over that. Well, we know what we're doing then. That didn't work at all, did it? I knew I had to be quick if I threw that, but I kind of expected it to do something, you know?
Hanging around here, passing it on from one sick bloke to the next, right up to the Grand Inquisitor. There'll be no one left.
Shut the fuck up! Stop crying! I don't want to hear another peep out of you. Nothing!
Okay, can I do this?
That noise. I think it came from over there.
Let's check. Does this work? It doesn't really help me. I was hoping you'd get eaten. That is a shame. But I guess the man is not getting eaten today. Let's try this.
Hey, there it is again.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
That one does something. Yeah, that's how I get over there.
What the hell is going on?
But what was back this way then? It's very obviously a way to just go over here.
It's
Alchemist's
one of
cards
those
and
alchemist
such.
carts. There must be something useful in it.
The only thing I can think of using is this. Is that worth it? Probably. It's like an alchemist's cart, that's got to be worthwhile. Just ignite the rats. There we go. Problem solved. And we get to upgrade. Lovely. Igniter can distract, improve speed of ammunition crafting. Shooting us. Wait. Can you remove someone's helmet by just using your sling? Ooh, that sounds ridiculously overpowerful. Or overpowered even. Use your sling to throw Luminosa. Increasing the effect's duration I think is going to be useful. I'd like to make my way up to there, but we don't need the Igniter just yet. Let's do this for now.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
And yeah, if I can upgrade this once, I no longer need any tools, but that's going to take a while to actually make my way up to, and I don't think it'll necessarily be needed. Okay, nothing else hidden here, just an alchemist's cart, very useful alchemist's cart, potentially, but just an alchemist's cart. Now what did I do here? I mean, distract one man, then murder him, maybe? That's certainly a possibility. This guy's not going to get distracted again though. Yeah, I'm going to get spotted. What we have is someone jumping over a wall, or never mind. Can't jump over a wall. I hope I don't need to go all the way to that alchemist's cart again though. That's going to be a pain if I have to continually do that from this checkpoint. Because the puzzles are becoming a bit abstract, I don't like it. Yeah, I need to do this again. God damn it, game.
It's one of those alchemist carts. There must be something useful in it.
Just burn all the rats, there we go. Let's grab all of this. And upgrade the containers.
Well, that looks a lot better.
Perfect. Just run. I think behind this we had something, yeah. Grab these. Is that enough to get another upgrade off? Yes, when I get a tool I can do the Ignifer upgrade. Potentially quite nice. Not necessary though, I wouldn't think. Just nice. Now, distract the man.
I'm not crazy.
Shine the lights over this way.
But I was sure.
What was that? I've been attacked. Search the area.
That really not get him. Oh, for the love of God. Wait, he had no helmet? I could have just hit him with the sling. Okay. Time to go to the alchemist's cart again in a second, but I'm just gonna murder these folks.
They're all going to get ill hanging around here. Passing it on from one sick bloke to the next, right up to the Grand Inquisitor. There'll be no one left.
Shut the fuck up! Stop crying! I don't want to hear another peep out of you. Nothing!
So how am I meant to do this? Let me take a different approach to murdering this guy, because as soon as I can get these guys murdered, I can get all of this sorted. Firstly, move this. Possibly move it so it's shining there.
No, nothing.
Okay, take a step back. Got a pot, I'll throw it to where the light is now shining. Once he's investigated it, I just change where that light's pointing, and perfect. So move it to, I think, here?
Again?
Pick up a
That's
new
not right.
pot.
I'll go and see.
Is that enough?
Nothing.
No?
Something hit me.
I don't think so.
Here, intruders!
That's not done anything.
Never find you.
Yeah, I'm just dead.
Was you. You're not getting away this time.
What do I do? For the love of God, these puzzles. They're not supposed to be difficult. Just, what am I meant to do though? What can I do? I see the interactables. I see there's a pot. Why is there a pot? I don't know. I mean, yeah, you can use it to make a distraction, but I need to. Probably not. I guess just shine the light over there. We can have an investigate quick.
Nothing to report.
No, I need to just go forward. That's what I need. I need to go in that direction. Wait for the man. Does that not work on him? No, I got his helmet off. Okay. This is annoying. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. I'm just gonna murder them both. It seems like maybe not the best thing to do, just murdering the two of them, but you know what? If it works, it works. If it works, I'm not gonna complain. Cause, is this even like a proper puzzle? Like, am I just missing something very obvious? What was that? Who knows?
I'm going to see. Hey!
Throw that at you. No, you're not taking your helmet off this time. It's rather inconsistent, apparently. Oh my god, just murder me. I don't understand. I don't, and I'm not liking it. The game was fine until we had just daft things like this. If that light shone all the way in that direction, then fair enough, I'd know what to do. But it doesn't. Got the cart back there, which I will go to. But I need to figure out how to do this bit first. Otherwise I just need to do it every single time. That light ideally should shine all the way up there. But it doesn't. Here's my last ditch attempt. I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna go through this way. I pick up the alchemical ingredients and whatnot.
One of those alchemist cards. There must be something useful in it.
Just climb on through. Pick it all up. Do ourselves an upgrade. Lovely.
Should come in handy.
Cut the stuff in the back. One last idea. I've got no idea if this is gonna work. I'm just gonna run for it pretty much. First, distract the man. Second, have this ready. Third, throw that in there. Then we climb. Okay, it was that simple. This is weird. I didn't think it would be that simple.
I don't know. Oh no, don't drink that.
Poor guy.
Oh, this is a nightmare. Come on.
God.
Be brave. The university must be close.
This is weird. The game's gotten peculiar. Still somewhat liking the narrative of it all, but yeah.
Killed my father works for you.
Just break that open. There we go. A little bit on the cruel side, but I've stopped caring about these people. They've murdered me too many times in my past lives? Alternate lives? I don't know. I'm just going to assume I've not been murdered in this one though. Should be safe enough assumption. That guard there. Okay. He's following me, but he's slow. So it's fine. Break that.
Hey, you there! I'm gonna beat some manners into you.
I've mildly made a mistake, I feel. No, no, I'm dead. I almost managed there. I should maybe be a bit more stealthy. I'm getting impatient at the game is all. Those men have been eaten because that was before the checkpoint that happened. I guess every time I die here I get to just hear them being eaten again. How lovely. My way through here. Just grab these. What do I do from here? I got a man over that bit. Is that all there is? That's all there really is around here, at least. Got a pot. Potentially distract him with a pot. I want to distract him. I need him to go over that way. So from over here. Through that. And apparently no, but the rats can follow me into that bit. How fun! I'm not getting annoyed at how this game shows where the light is and where the rats are. I thought I was sufficiently far away at that point. Apparently not, though. I don't know what it is with this game and like Alien Isolation. Both games that have been praised well, but just at certain points I've stopped caring about them. Because this segment of the game, you could argue it's puzzles and stealth mechanics, but is it really puzzles? I mean, there's rats. Should they be able to get you if you walk out for that pot? I would have thought no, but apparently they can. So that's lovely, isn't it? You can walk out for the pot, but then they just slowly come out to you. It seems cruel. I don't enjoy that as just a gameplay thing. Stay back here because the rats do just lunge at you. Like, why are the rats trying to eat me from so far away when they just stay around there naturally? Okay, what if... What if I go back this way, throw a pot to here.
Where was that noise coming from? Over there.
How close will he get? Damn, I thought he'd turned around enough, apparently not.
Just wait and see. Oh, you should have hidden yourselves a bit better.
I'm just gonna die again, aren't I? Let's craft this. There we go. It's a bit of a shoddy way to have done that, but it worked. Somehow. Just grab a pot again. And, yeah, never mind. The rats just want to murder you. Why do they chase you so far? They don't live anywhere near that little bit. I hate it. I understand they're hungry. I just want to replenish my resources and that though. I feel if this game was just like a stealth game, then it'd be fine. The narrative it won a lot of prizes for. I don't think the gameplay really lives up to it all. It annoys me. I had high expectations. Okay, so you're supposed to be able to grab that pot. So I just distract the man. I'll not be risky at all. Just distract him, play the game as it clearly wants me to play it. I'm not going to go back for a second pot. As much as I'd love a second one. Okay, that is sulphur and alcohol. It wants me to create more ignifer, I think, but what would you use it for?
Hey, I can't see what it is. Hey, you there!
Yeah, just make my way up this way. It's fine.
Finally.
We need them.
Just keep on moving.
What are they doing here?
There we go. I don't think they're able to go that far through. Look at me cheating. This is not Dishonored, no. No, it's nothing like Dishonored. The stealth's janky. You should have seen earlier, David, I was just walking around the box when someone was trying to find me. And they completely lost sight of me because I walked around the box enough.
Stop everything. They've all gone.
It's not great. like gameplay wise. There's definite flaws.
Again. Go see.
Like this well, I would have thought would be enough to protect you. Apparently not.
Get you. Just wait and see.
Just working so you can chat. Fair enough. I need to go back to the start of this bloody area. I'm getting annoyed at the game at this point. It's not running like amazingly as far as I'm caring for it, at least. Like the rats down there you wouldn't think could wander too far, would you? But no, if you go even slightly close they'll chase you until you get to a light source. What are the crystals about? Ah, those are things that can attract the rats. It's basically throw it, I'll give you an example, and then the rats come along. Is that good enough? No, that's not good enough. He's apparently in the light still. Well, guess I'm dead. Isn't that good and fun? What I do then is I run up here, I then crouch, and they've lost me. Dishonoured my ass. Just how? That doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, game. No, your stealth mechanics don't work. That's not how this goes. For the love of God. Like, yeah, sure, I'm cheating it or something. You're clearly meant to kill that guard, because otherwise he spots you while you distract this man. But, no. No, that's not how stealth works. You don't just run away, and then they lose track of you completely.
What on earth are they doing here?
What was that?
Oh no, they can spot me. One of them has a helmet, one of them doesn't. Assuming I want to take the side entrance here, right? They should be far enough around. Love to get into there, you get some upgrades done or something. But no, it's just round to here. I don't care much about the upgrades anymore. Just cutscene it or something. Perfect! It's worked. Yeah, how you doing anyway, David? Like, your stream yesterday, I came along for a bit. I was just lurking for most of it, because I was setting up my computer to move back to my flat.
Right, the book. Remember Lucas said in the basement. The path
Yeah, you been doing good?
Roses. Roses. Wherever will I find roses here?
Yeah, I hope you've been doing good. 'Cause I do enjoy coming along to your streams, they're always just a nice atmosphere. Your chat's lovely. Okay, this door is going to be locked.
It's locked.
Yeah. Fair enough. Saltpeter. Got this. What's in here? Obvious big open area.
It's enormous. But where have the books gone?
Assuming there's something back this way then. Yeah, just a little bit of crafting material, that's fine. We don't need it. Yeah, you're good, enjoying nice weather today. Bit of filming, some editing. Didn't have to start till 10 AM. Alright. It's always nice having a slightly later start. 10 AM I think's a good time. Like 10 AM, like 11 AM is the best time to be starting stuff. It's not too early, but it's not too late either, but you're not able to do anything in the evening.
It'll soon be over. Vitalis has brought back a young lad to open the last door.
More yellow crystals.
Strange.
Can't do anything with it right now, so just do that. Get some more. Not any rats around immediately though. So why are they in here? Because it's hardly a well-lit area. Those crystals show up around where the rats have been. Surely you would have thought that that would mean there's rats. Also, do we just murder this man? I understand murder shouldn't be the go-to thing, but he doesn't have a helmet on. I don't see any other way to get past him. What project the guy want crystals for? He mentioned something after demonstrating it. I'm not entirely sure. I think we were on about how giving it to the guards was just an accident waiting to happen, pretty much. Because imagine a guard spilling some on himself or something. Then that's it, rats eat him. I think that's all they were going on about. There might have been something else. I wasn't paying the closest attention. I'd be lying if I said I was. Yeah, just push this over to where? Over to here, I'm going to assume. Yeah, must be over here I need to go. Leave it in this corner. Lovely. And okay. I just mildly levitated for a moment. That's fine. It's one of the many powers the French have. I don't know if many French people can do that, but I'd assume not. Otherwise, I've very much misunderstood what a French person is. Do I need any of these? Arguably no. Yeah, I don't think I need alcohol for anything much, really. Also, I've just spotted something shiny I've missed down below. God damn it. Why did I have to spot something shiny? It's the rules. You have to go have a look at it. Something I looked at before but couldn't pick up. Probably. Lovely. That's fine, ignore it. Ignore it, just... Again, just somewhat float in the air for a moment. This game is questionable at times. I think that might have been me being a bit overzealous with hitting the spacebar.
Got enough books, or do you want me to get you some more? One can never have enough books, if one can read.
It's all just pagan stuff.
The Sanguinus Itinera is a sacred book. The
I just...
knowledge it contains goes back to the dawn of man, and this knowledge...
What happened to you?
Yeah, I can just do that. Lovely.
Are you one of ours? Men down! Search the area!
Okay. Yeah, I can't just murder a guy while he's talking. He seemed somewhat important, so I felt I should. I'm worried he's going to get these guys out of position now, but I mean, I'd say it was worthwhile. Just wait for him to get rid of those little alerted notification marks. Yes, it's been a whole 15 seconds. Couldn't possibly be around here anymore. Gods love stealth games. Oh god, I'm not stealthing this in the slightest, am I? I just straight up murdered a man. And they're just not bothered about it. Poor guy. I mean, he's trying to kill me and he's unleashed rats upon the infected in town to kill them. So, I mean, they're hardly great. But, yeah. Do they deserve to be hit in the head with a stone while giving exposition? You'd have to argue no.
Next time he talks to me like that, I'll stuff one of his bloody books in his gob.
With a red cover?
Okay, go this way.
There they are.
The book. Another brilliant idea from the
Go on.
How's this gonna work?
Go.
Those guys.
Too true. There's parts of the Bastion I don't go anymore. The things they're doing there.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
I'm supposed to just... I know what I'm supposed to do here, don't I? Well... There we go.
Help! I'm under attack!
I'll search over there.
I could have sworn it came from over there. How do I get there?
They can't get to me. They fully know I'm here.
Wait till I get my hands on them.
Well, that's clearly how you're supposed to solve it, right? Oh god.
You're far from home.
I got a lovely flower. It's all fine. Lovely. Look at that. All's well that ends well, right? Just craft some more of that. Pick up another crystal. And yeah, cool. That's that. Good guys.
This stuff, will it end up covering
Anything else to loot? Yes. Got some cores and got some leather. Perfect. This is a peculiar game at times though, isn't it? I did just murder a bunch of people and get a daisy as a reward. I've missed a fair few flowers though, haven't I? Yeah. Ah well. I've gotten a lot of them. That's what matters.
Move it, blacksmith.
Man-made plague. I don't know. It's apparently related to our kid brother and some kind of thing in his blood.
Oh well, perhaps they'll finally open this door.
That sounds like nonsense, though. I don't think there's any real proof that that's where that comes from. It's not been explicitly said, but they seem to be linking him to having some kind of relation to it. Okay, throw a rock.
I thought I heard someone. I'll be right back.
Be careful.
I wonder what could possibly be there in the pile of armour. I've said it before, there's no one there. How could someone possibly be there?
Everyone calm down.
All right.
What am I meant to do here? I need to lure these guys over, don't I? I need the rats to go away, therefore I need meat as a distraction. Is there not a better way to do this than just murdering folk? Because I feel my character got over the whole murdering folk a bit too quickly.
I can't get past. I have to get the rats out of the room.
No, I saw something move over there. Hey! Intruders!
Well, that's not great, is it? I don't like the puzzles in this game. They're either too obvious or just too contrived, the setup you need to do.
Imagine the force you need to get through that thickness.
I can imagine what it will do to your arm.
The hole's no use anymore. They've blocked it up, can't you see? They know exactly what they're doing, little bastard.
Did you hear something? Let's go see.
Don't take any risks.
Alright, just distract them again. Now we need to figure out what to do over here. I'm assuming we do the same thing as before.
Right. To your post.
Like, that blocks off part of the room. I just need to create a distraction and go through, right? Meaning I could just do this. There's too many rats. I need to do 2 of them. Okay. I'm hoping that's all I need to do. My character he gets swarmed by rats, but Fangflame is like mid-cutscene. Or mid-transition or whatever. Oh, that is brilliant. The game's not janky, you are, I promise. Oh, Christ. I don't understand this game half the time. It didn't seem to work, like, quite as intended. Like, I don't think that was how you were meant to do the solution. Bisonum? Or Somnum? What's that? It's apparently quite easy to create. Put enemies to sleep at a distance. Okay. No, I think I want this. Ignifer can now distract enemies.
This should make things a little easier.
That's very, very much going to come in handy. That's possibly what it wanted me to make before. But yeah. On we go. Time to continue and see just what this book and the roses are about. Also boss arena? Okay. What are you doing? A blood transfusion? Are they trying to make like one of these people with the fancy blood, like Hugo?
In which case,
Oh,
the only thing that can help us find the book is the son of a smith. You built that door with your father. Now, you'll open it for us.
We were asked to build that door precisely to keep out scum like you.
I am the Grand Inquisitor Vitalis Benevent. You have no idea how I have suffered. Look what I endure for you. Quick. Let me sanguine.
How's he doing this for?
What is your name?
The yellow crystal, by the way, the thing they also injected him with after the blood.
Roderick.
I do not wish for Roderick to expire before he has opened this door. Do not commit the same mistake you made with his father. Take him.
Yeah.
Quickly, I mustn't lose them.
I need to go through that way. What's good about Hugo's blood? Something about the blood being a prerequisite for change, or something that brings about change. I can't quite remember the wording. Something about it is supposed to be important. It's also possibly going to slowly kill Hugo.
As long as his fate allows.
Yeah, this seems like an easy enough stealth segment. Let's have a wander. That's like alcohol and such, we don't need that. I'll take the cord though. Anything through that way? No, just ignore them then. On we go.
Yes, and he'll open it. With the book and the Darun kid, Vitalis can complete the conjuration. Then we'll be saved from the plague. Ad ignem.
Ad lucem.
Okay, so we're doing some kind of conjuration.
Now listen to me.
I don't think we found any bosses yet, but that big armoured guy looks like the next one. He's a unique model.
Can't wait.
If we cut across here, there's some stuff to loot. Bit of leather.
Strange.
Not too important, but fair enough. That man will only just spot me, so I can just make my way over.
Odd.
Be quick.
What? What's that?
Yep, he's been adequately distracted. Just wait for him to have a look, and I can continue on that way. Oh no, he doubled back. That's fine. I'm all good. No, I'm not good. I'm dead. Oh, for the love of God. The AI in this aren't the most predictable.
Oh, well said. Move it. Now listen.
At times they're more observant than I feel they should be. At other times they're way less observant than I think they should be.
That's strange.
Like that guy who just spotted me before, he completely has no interest in looking anywhere but in that one corner. Wait for him to turn around again. His position is just there. But I think if I just have a wander.
You there! Wait a minute!
Yeah, they're able to spot me somewhat, but not amazingly. Look at him.
To give up on you.
The hell's he doing? He's blind. The AI in this game. I've got to love it at times. It's completely lost me. That's him going to return to his position, because I couldn't possibly be here.
Alright then.
Ah yes, because I didn't respond. Asking. Oh, for the love of God. The AI and the questions as well, apparently. This is great. I love this. But yeah, where is the boss fight? Same stealth in Fallout 4. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Stealth's hard to get right. Now that is chandelier, I need to drop on someone, don't I? So it is droppable.
Get to work.
Heavy armor. Oh, there has to be a way.
Is that it? Is that all it is? I'm sorry, no, I thought he was going to be a boss, but that was it. I thought this would be a lot tougher than the immediate thing I spotted as entering the room. Even before entering the room I'd spotted.
The other guards must have heard that. What's that door?
A special order. My father's
I think the first thing I said when I came into this area is when did I drop a chandelier on someone.
It would help us a lot.
It'll take a bit of time.
Carry on. I'll keep them back.
Well, that's just a regular guy. I thought you had a helmet. I couldn't see through the smoke. Okay, now that's more than doable. I can get him.
Heavy armor. Oh, there has to be a way.
There we go.
This for 2 days. I don't know who you are, but thank you.
How did he kill that guy with his bare hands? This guy's got like full armor on his upper body. Like, he's got chainmail at the very least.
It would help us a lot.
It'll take a bit of time.
Carry on. I'll keep them back.
Okay, so this was a boss arena, I wasn't wrong. But it's just like a wave defense. Is this supposed to be tougher? I threw rocks at like a couple of people. Well, 3, a bit more than a couple. We aren't going to close the door behind us, okay. Why didn't we just close the door?
Do you know where we're going?
Don't think. Run!
One dead end and we're finished.
Okay.
We need to hide.
No, we need to slow them down.
I'm looking around to see if there's anything of interest as I'm running. Oh, there's lootables here. Hello, lootables. That's some leather.
It'll have to.
Right. We're in the basement. It's a start. Roderick, I need the book.
What on earth is so special about this bloody book?
It could save my little brother. Please.
I don't know where it is. The only thing I know is that they tortured my father to death for it. And I'm gonna
I get a chest as well.
Too.
We might get out of here
Don't pay
together.
attention, Roderick.
What about
It's
the book?
fine.
Just you wait and see. There's lots of them around here.
Rat jam. Oh, if only. Is that a thing, I wonder? I'll need to have a look. I'll need to have a look. So rat jam's a thing. I'd be more than happy to have that. I'm a little doubtful though.
Wow. Another library. Underneath the library.
It's exposed to the elements.
That's why we bit the door.
Surely these are all rotted away.
Has to be too high.
Look, up there.
Roses. That must be it. I'll have to climb up. Could you help me with this?
Okay, this is going to adjust the level of these.
Form a path.
That's your route to the book. Easy.
Okay.
Help me with this, will you?
Yeah?
I mean, yeah, if it is a rat jamming, I'm definitely getting that. I'm not adding it just at the moment. But I'll definitely add it at some point. And can we not lock it in place?
I'll do that.
Okay.
Maybe I spoke too soon. I need to act as a counterbalance. I'll stay over here. Tell me which lever you want me to pull.
All right.
Yeah, I thought that would be it. Where do I go to get up? Immediately I'm spotting something in here. Hello, lootables. We've got this.
Roderick.
All right. Move, Amicia. You're in the way.
How am I in the way?
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it moves up. There we go.
You said you'd act as a counterbalance.
I did. It gave way.
Right. We'll have to be very careful.
Could I go add rat jam now, actually? Because I feel it's only really going to be like thematically appropriate during Plague Tale, isn't it? Let me go quickly find it. What was it called? SRT TV emotes. Let's see. Can we get a rat jam? I want it quite badly. No, none of them seem to be all that great, I'll be honest. I'm trying to find what's the remote for jamming in general, is it? I think I found it. There we go, we should have a rat jam now. Perfect. Do like the emotes. Is that actually working? I should check quick. No, okay, let me see if I can find the exact prefix. Or not prefix, the word you need. Just open it again. I mean, I thought that was all it was, but I guess I was wrong. Rat jam. No, that should have been it. Maybe it'll work next stream. Who knows? Maybe I just need to refresh the stream or something. For now, let's just continue. Go over this
My name's
way.
Amicia, and you're Roderick, right?
You know a lot of stuff, Amicia.
It works for you after refreshing.
To do the door.
Okay.
Monks.
Okay, good to hear it's working for you at
They
least.
didn't talk much.
It's just the chat overlay in the stream. I don't know if it's working.
Monks of a sort, watching over the Sanguinis Itinera.
Right away.
I like how we found yet another friend. It's very nice.
You need to move, Amicia.
Stop.
Right for me?
Yeah, Rat Jam's not appearing in the stream overlay. I'm assuming it'll fix itself if I maybe turn the chat on and off again. What if I do that? I've just hidden it and then shown it. I doubt that would work. Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to be working this stream. That's fine enough. That's fine enough. We don't need Rat Jam yet. We'll have a bit more of a stream to go still. Just tell him to do that. Now, how did I do this one?
It's too quiet. Where did the soldiers go?
Move, Amicia. You're in the way.
Way. Okay, I know what I need to do. I need to put something underneath. Have it balanced. That's fine. Just drop down quick. We have another cart, therefore our cart needs to be used.
Come on, move!
Hey, don't injure yourself. You want me to?
No, my brother. I owe him this. For all the times I wasn't there for him.
I barely know my brother.
I have a hard time bringing the book back with a broken arm.
You can actually see on the ground there's scratch marks telling you this is what you're supposed to do. That's fine. I figured it out, game. I appreciate you giving me a hint just in case.
Well, if that ain't love, I don't know what is.
Right, let's get this over with.
Alright, this should be us with the book. Hopefully, fingers crossed anyway.
Right, go
Let's
on.
do this. Come on. Then I need you to stop. Perfect. And I'm assuming I can climb this. Yeah, once it's actually stopped, you can climb. You can't climb it while it's moving, for some reason.
That's it.
Understand that.
Let's go. We've been here too long.
Yeah, book.
Got it.
Got to love a
I can
good
barely
book.
believe it.
You'd better believe it and get
It's like
back.
Harry Potter or
They'll be here any
something.
second.
What is the book? I don't entirely know.
I know you.
It's supposed to be important.
Amicia de Rune. We have been watching your family for quite some time now. Waiting for the macula in your brother's blood to finish its slumber.
That's a thing, macula.
You could say
That's what's in the blood.
I have watched you grow up.
No, we have no chance.
Little idiot. What do you expect to do with that book?
Save my brother.
With your brother and that book, I can save the
That's
world,
enough.
Amicia.
Come on, this way.
God.
Yeah, I guess we're not trusting this quite clearly evil man. I like how this guy just knows that's where like hidden thing is.
You seem to know each other well.
Lovely.
He destroyed my life.
I know what that's like.
Now we're going to get out of here and we're going to find out that person's got their brother back and will be betrayed by them.
Couldn't agree more.
As soon as this looter has his brother, or her brother back, we'll just be betrayed because they want money. They can sell us and the book for an awful lot of money.
How did it get so bad so quickly?
We're stuck.
He's looking the other way. I can take him.
You sure?
It'll be my pleasure. Whenever you're ready.
So this companion just punches people.
Roderick, you're up.
That's nice.
That's for my father.
Wow.
Oh, alright.
Do that a lot.
No.
Cool, I guess.
But I'm starting to like it.
And yeah, he's just become murderous. Brilliant.
Let me know what the hell's going on.
He's alone.
But he will see me coming.
I could distract him.
Okay, so it's teaching me distract people, then you just hit them.
Take care of him.
You're finished.
I mean, I like the idea of just murdering people, but what was the point of saving that one guy before? Because when you were given the choice to save just one guy you don't have to save, like as an optional thing, usually it makes you think that you should just stop just murdering everyone and like get a good ending by not murdering people.
Like hanging around doing nothing like this.
What? That one's for you.
So that's where you were hiding.
Yeah, we've just entirely embraced murder. Like, it's been a couple days since we first killed someone. We're just fully embracing the murder aspect of this now. Why? I don't know. It seems excessive. I don't think we need to murder all of these people, if I'm honest. I think it's a bit much. Not that they don't necessarily deserve it, it's just I'm fed up of characters in games not enjoying having to kill someone when it's their first time and then being happy to murder like hundreds of them a minute or two later.
No. Fire.
Or a day or two, I guess.
Fire is spreading. Is the Grand Inquisitor still inside?
How do I know? Go and see, and give the order to evacuate.
This is good. We should make the most of it.
Ah, fucking rats. That's all I need.
Oh, the rats and the shield.
Oh no.
Don't touch him, Roderick.
Wait. When they took me to the Bastion to question me, I saw the alchemists making some stuff they called the Extinguish. It puts flames out. I was going
It's
to
like sand in a pouch.
It's weather dry.
Perfect. We're getting all sorts of interesting stuff now. Let's do that.
This could change a lot of things.
Then, are we able to just ignite it again after extinguishing it? You can. Okay. Potentially something we'd want to mess with. Let's create more of that. I'm sure we'll need it at some point. And also grab this from here. Glad I spotted it. We're running a little low on the yellow crystals of whatever they're called.
Think about your book.
Yes. We have to get out of here. I have to find them.
Yeah, I've got a good enough throwing arm to just put out their torches as they walk as well. So I can kill about anyone using rats now. That's good. I think that's good. Now, did that guy move far enough that I can do this? Yes. Because I want that single bit of fabric. Oh my god, Mr. Roderick. You almost got yourself killed. Mind your step. I'm glad he didn't actually just straight up die. That would have been inconvenient. Inconvenience, like the lightest way to put it. But I mean, it would have been, you can't deny that. Alright, better instruments, or better strings. The sling no longer makes any noise. That sounds good. Improve speed of ammunition crafting, yeah. Taking out people's helmets, also yeah, but no, just no noise whatsoever. Hell yeah. I want this. That is the most useful thing we could possibly have in a stealth game. It's a silencer for a sling. What kind of weapon would you not want a silencer on? Maybe a mace or something. Sounds redundant. Yeah, I do want to go over here again. Grab sulfur. Jump over. There we go. Aren't slings already silent? They are until you let the rock go, at which point it just makes a loud snapping noise.
Is there anyone still inside? Oh. Yeah, I thought I'd had it. It's like hell in there. We're supposed to have reinforcements. What the hell are they doing?
You guards, we need to get one of them out of the way.
Okay, how do we do this? We have obvious rats to take down the guy in big heavy armor. Smaller guy. I mean, we could take down either of them. Possibly. In fact, no, big heavy armor guy has to be the one we need. Okay, create a distraction.
What was that noise?
Amicia, the helmets.
Helmets? Yeah, I'm already using the helmets. I understand, game. Down goes the one. And can this man be taken down by our friend? I'm doubtful. I'm doubtful. Use a pot to distract him though. Might be what we need to do. Create more of this, by the way, just because I am pretty full on all of this yellow crystal nonsense. Can I pick up alcohol? Still no. I get him over there, he'll see his dead friend, go in and investigate that as well, buys me a little extra time. I want that. I want that fabric. And yeah, go murder.
Take care of him. Count on me.
Perfect. Apparently murder is just an option if you can see their back. Are we having to go through the burning building?
Really have to go in there?
Yes. Take a deep breath.
Okay.
It's already hot.
What a bloody mess.
What's gonna happen here? Nothing good, surely.
What are we going to do?
I mean, thankfully, no rats. There won't be rats if we're in amongst all the fire, because, I mean, that's quite bright.
Come on! You hear me? Wake up!
Okay, keep on running.
Look, it's burning behind here. Stay out of the way.
What are you doing?
Opening it.
Roderick!
Oh dear. He's he's quite brave, this Roderick, isn't he? I'm amazed he's gotten so far in his life when he's just happily murdering people for the first time. It's okay. It was apparently a university. They're French people, so I'm sure it's nothing important. They don't put a lot of value in their books. Was Was it the French had all their books and such burnt when the Germans occupied? Because I feel we're going to get this library set up again, and we're not going to enjoy what happens after.
Look, it's her.
We're just bringing Roderick home. Lovely. He can replace our brother.
So you succeeded?
Here. Have to warn you, smells a bit burnt.
Who's he?
Roderick. But shh.
The Sanguinis Itinera.
What is this book about?
Is it about?
It's the story of a little boy who's going to get a lot better now.
Right, I'm starving. Anyone else?
Me?
Come and eat then. I think we deserve it.
Wait, do we have food? Do any of us hunt?
Coming.
It's a very rocky cliff, Siggy. Where do we go to hunt? How, was there just food here? You know, I'm not going to question it. It's 3 weeks later now, so it's fine. Certainly had a lot of food. Yeah, we've got target dummy.
No, no, no! Bloody hell! That's no good.
Hey, are you alright?
It's nothing. Tell me, this door, have you ever opened it before?
It's stuck. It's the only place in the chateau we haven't been yet.
Don't you want to see what's behind it?
Well, Hugo is asleep.
Roderick can just bash open the
Let's go
doors.
take a look.
This, at least, I know how to do.
Fair enough. He's quite a musclehead, isn't he?
Efficient.
He seems to get quite angry.
Come on, let's go. Whoa. Can you feel that?
No, what?
When you enter a place that has been abandoned for a very long time, there's something in the air.
Yes, dust.
No, the stones. It's like interrupting a conversation. This is the first
Is this
time
by a
I've felt it
dwarf?
here. That looks dangerous. Let's avoid it for now. Another
What?
door. Shall we continue?
Sure, Roderick. I will set you the forks, don't you worry.
Leads us. Oh, the courtyard.
It's a shortcut.
There we go. So,
Oh, hey.
we've got another crafting station. Do we use it? No, we don't.
Come take a look.
Another story about stones?
Actually, you're not far off.
Roderick's jumped down. Apparently, we've been using this saw. We didn't have this when we went through the first thing, did we? Have we been cutting down trees?
A fresco. It's strangely familiar.
It includes the symbols of the pillars. This castle has things to tell us, huh?
And what is it telling us then?
Even I don't
It's
understand
mosaics.
everything. I just think we'll be fine here.
Very intricate mosaic.
Come quickly! It's Hugo! Oh no. I'm coming!
Need me?
I'll
I
call you.
still
Come
don't
on.
think mosaics are really all that present in European architecture, are they?
I'm here, Lucas!
Like, I can't think of any castles I've ever seen in Europe.
Please.
Not that I've really been anywhere much in Europe. It's had mosaics on the walls or floors or anything.
The macula is progressing too fast.
I realize that, Amicia. I'm doing my best. I mean, I'm trying to do what the book says, but it's going to take too long. I need a proper laboratory.
Like Laurentius had?
No. One with better equipment.
Well, perhaps my mother at my home.
She must have had some equipment there. You're right. It's worth a try.
Poor Hugo. We should put him out of his misery. I don't like him. Seems mean saying that, but we should.
I believe
Not
your
easier.
twins are back.
Melly!
You found him!
More dead than alive. But yes.
Amicia, we came because, well...
Yes.
Arthur, you tell her.
After our little adventure with your heretic-burning friends, I ended up in an Inquisition cell. One day I saw the guards accompany a prisoner who looked the worse for wear. Those bastards wanted her to tell them where her son was, so...
It's her
they
mother.
threatened her. And I heard her name. Beatrice Storeroom.
Mother is alive? She's alive? You managed to get Arthur out? It wasn't simple. Believe me.
Oh dear.
Forget it. I was nothing. She's too important to the Grand Inquisitor. He, questions her a lot.
They torture her? Hugo mustn't know anything of this.
Even that she's alive? It might help him.
And what will we say when he wants to see her? Tell him nothing, alright? Oh no! Hugo! Hugo!
Oh, Hugo.
The next threshold. It's coming.
We have to go at once. To my home. Now! You go. We'll stay here with him. It will be alright, my little brother. I swear. This time we will heal you.
Alright. I'll get the Sanguinis Itinera and some potions, and then we'll leave.
Well, I guess we're going back home. That'll be an interesting one. I think I'll do this last chapter and I'll leave it at that probably. Yeah, we're getting quite close to the end if there's only 17 chapters. This is chapter 12.
We're here.
Amicia, you going to be alright?
Yes. It's just strange to be back. Let's go. I never
What's
thought I'd come
next?
back here. Not so soon.
We find the potions and we leave. You might even get
That's
home before
obviously
sunrise.
something over this way. This has to be a way forward. That bridge is broken.
The standard of the Inquisition.
Are they still there?
Let's be careful.
I wouldn't think they're still here,
Don't
would
fall.
you?
Don't fall.
Why would they still be here? What is their use back here still?
What the hell is that? Look out, Lucas.
What's the
It's
matter
a rat
with them?
whirlpool.
No, but I don't like it. Let's get out of here.
They're not even paying attention to us.
Okay, I want to banish the rats. There's too many of them. Okay, no. Nothing hidden down there. Thought I was able to move down, but apparently not. They're just a vortex of
Deal with that
rats.
later. Come on.
There must be a reason.
Oh dear.
There are
There's
so
a lot
many
of them.
to move. I'll be back. Come on, the coast is clear.
I don't like how many there are. What if my house has become rats? Do not want that.
They're not welcome here. I'll show them.
I need to use my sling. Apparently now a silent sling.
Do you hear me? My home.
That drives them off. Can't really go anywhere else. I don't know why we're not returning, but let's not question it. You just want to keep moving.
Straight ahead.
Ignifer. We've got too many things to cycle through nowadays. Yeah, ignite that. Got what looks to be a pig in there. Inside there, I can see some crafting material, probably not worth it. I can happen to find myself
Closed.
some
There's a chain
kind
on
of
the side.
stick. Maybe I can make my way into
Wait,
that
The
house.
lantern. They must have used it to get their troops through.
Good idea. I'll have a clear shot.
You can go back down. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay. So we're going to have to trust our good friend. Wants us to go into there. Okay. Okay, I can go into here. Make another one of these. It seems a waste. But let's give it a go. Just climbing. 2 entire chests. We immediately get the lever back, as well as various other pieces. Okay, that was worth it. That was worthwhile. The lever is the most expensive part of making that. The fact I got it back, as well as getting tools and such, I'm happy with.
Here we go. You can move.
Just stay in the light.
Their system works really well. I'm ready. Don't forget me.
Put this to here. Lovely. And get a rock out. We need to smash the gate. Bam. Like David and Goliath. If Goliath was a metal gate.
Lucas,
A very different story, I feel. Although arguably, story, like, it's supposed to be the weaker one coming out on top, like an underdog story. Arguably it's not. Because at the time the sling was basically the equivalent to a gun. So, it's kinda cheating.
you. Tell me, how many of you are there?
Oh, it hurts. I don't want to die. Not like this.
Like this? You executed my family. You deserve a painful death.
Please, have mercy.
Don't you ever use that word. I'm not going to get anything useful out of him.
I mean, can I? Yeah.
He got what he deserved.
Well.
Monsieur.
Hey, are you still there? Hey, answer me.
There's another one.
There goes one of them. I could have smashed the lantern above him as well. That was a possibility. Let the rats eat him. Feel that would have also been quite cruel though. Yeah, how do I move? I'm assuming I just need to attract the rats. It's the only reasonable thing I can think of. Yeah, it lasts long enough for me to grab that if I need it. Arguably though.
What have you done?
Justice for my family.
You'll pay for this.
Yeah,
I've
just
already
murder
paid
him
because of
too.
you, but I refuse to lose anyone else. You hear me?
There we go.
It wasn't dangerous.
It's safer this way.
Is it safer? I feel I'm just being a monster and I'm just doing it for the sake of it. But sure. Whatever you say, Amicia. Whatever you say. Get a chest, anything all that useful? It's quite a small chest. A little bit. A little. And what do we want? 2 shots in a row without priming and recharging. Don't think that's ever going to be useful. Pocket I don't think I'll ever need. I don't know if we need the... Yeah, we don't need the material. I'm thinking just upgrade instruments. If you get that as the final tier, that's just letting us kill anyone. And if you can then get pouch as well, it will actually let us just fire 2 stones immediately, killing anyone. Those rats will try and kill me if I go any further. Okay, pick up this. I just need to throw this down. Bam. Open the door.
We're here.
Can you go?
Lucas.
It's not even puzzles at this point, I'm just feeling like I'm cheating.
Let's go.
Oh, my
Compared to the previous area, this is a lot easier.
My home.
Is that a body over there?
No.
God, these rats have made a mess.
Amicia, we can stop. find another way.
No, I have to see.
Oh dear. And on Rat Jam does look to be working now. Cool. Rat Jam's appeared in the chat. Little Overlay seems to be happy. Yeah, it's our father.
Your father?
With a circle around him. I guess because we have the rat blood. We're not eating him.
No! What are they doing? Get back!
But they're destroying the light.
Oh no, the hell is that? Lucas! I have no idea. Push them back! The Ignifer! Who right, who right?
So Ignifer and them gets rid of them temporarily.
Keep firing!
Okay. Just craft a bit more Ignifer.
They're everywhere! You prefer to stay here? I won't last long like that! Enough! Stop!
Just get rid of this one. What do we do?
Wow.
Is that it?
Is it over?
Seems
Seems
fine.
We'll celebrate later. We need to get to the chamber. It's that window up there.
You should take the torch.
Yes, I get the torch, so I get to lead the way. Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll lead the way.
Thank you.
Go up to here. Can place the torch. Why would we want to? Is there something to do here? No. Okay. Weird. But alright. Over here. This is where our father was.
Father! They took his body. They took it from me. I should have buried him. I should have.
I'm sorry.
I understand, Amicia, but how were you supposed to bury him?
Rest in peace.
You hardly have a shovel or anything. I mean, yeah, I understand you'd want to bury your father, but feasibly you're not able to. Not in this kind of a scenario.
Amicia, that body with no
There's a
armor.
lot of
It's one
stuff
of our
around.
servants, but his body.
Yes, the guards were eaten alive. He wasn't.
Why? There must be a reason.
If only I knew. The Great Break. Its aftershocks continue to ripple through time.
So this person wasn't eaten while the guards were. I'm assuming it's something to do with your blood. Because yeah, this guy... Are the rats even going near him? Like, they seem to be leaving, like, a radius around the man. They're swirling about him. Yeah. Some kind of significance. I'm not entirely certain what it is just yet. If he was alive, would the rats have eaten him? Possibly. Is Hugo maybe invulnerable to the rats?
Too.
Yes.
I don't know.
They're avoiding them.
What on earth is going on here?
Is this Hugo's wish for him not to die?
Yes. From his days fighting alongside King Philip. He was a great knight.
Then he won't be forgotten.
Could be due to Hugo, like, believing their family that their bodies aren't getting eaten. Like, our father's body was taken, not eaten.
Come, I'll get you up.
So,
Yes, of course.
possibly worth keeping that in mind.
Whoa, look out.
They're all converging here.
They're going towards his room. The potions for Hugo must be in there.
Okay.
Lucas, those pots?
Simple infusions. Not strong enough.
There must be others.
This is interesting. What exactly is up with Hugo? Is Hugo able to control the rats? Is he like a Pied Piper, kind of?
This is it.
Yes.
I mean, possibly that's what this is.
There.
It's a prelude to Pied Piper. I'll teach him how to play an instrument and Hugo will save everyone.
Everything's like it was before.
No, that's not it. Neither's this. No,
Lucas.
or this.
Why hasn't his room been touched?
No, it's not here.
Still no luck?
No, these are normal standard potions. Your mother must have been working on a more complex elixir. There has to be something else. Another place, another room.
Not that I
you
know
can't
of.
just make an opus magnum like that. She must have a laboratory somewhere.
I don't know. I don't see where.
Laurentius, he built his laboratory away from prying eyes. So your mother must have also...
She told me nothing. I never saw her.
But that's it. Isn't there a place where she didn't want you to go? I don't know. Some place she protected.
The old Roman ruins. She didn't want me to go there.
The Roman ruins? Yes, definitely an idea from an alchemist. Exactly where are they?
The garden! Let's go!
Okay, so Hugo's room's been left untouched. Possibly
They're gone? No, they're regrouping.
due to the whole... okay, wait, we need to do this again. Possibly due to Hugo not wanting things to be touched. It's his will somewhat managing it.
I'll light the room. You deal with the rest. On the way, Amicia. We need to go.
I am thinking, is something due to Hugo being able to control the rats that things have turned out like this? We haven't eaten the servants' bodies because they were the ones Hugo believed to be part of his family.
Might come back.
Some capacity at least.
I'm here with you, but we have to keep
Then
moving.
why do they eat me? Is the real question. Does Hugo not like me? That's all the more reason for me to want him gone. I can't throw stuff right now.
Good lord, it's even worse than I thought. Everything is dead. Over there, at the other end. I know. We'll
Nice
get
flower.
there. A
Flower. Is it
Intact.
because Hugo liked his flowers? The flowers are intact.
Hugo wouldn't have wanted us to leave it here.
I'm assuming it's because Hugo liked his flowers.
Off we go. Get ready to run.
Right, that is a big thing to burn. This makes a lot of light.
Come on,
Fair
go.
enough. No, apparently there were rats in that spot. I was safe. That's what I don't like about the rats in this game. They seem to find you if you go ever so slightly too near. And then they just hunt you down. You can't escape. Because, no rats there. There's a handful. Arguably you'd think you'd be safe enough. But no, they can get all the way up to where our friend currently is. Oh, and that thing burns out as well. Okay, maybe be careful of that. Got it. It's like a timer. Burns large and bright given a chance. We need to make our way over there. Just throw that in there. Make a run through. That's not worked. Okay. Okay, that didn't work. That's fine. Restart from the checkpoint again. This is going to be a case of trial and error, I feel. I don't like that it's going to be trial and error, but I don't think I can do anything other than that.
Come on, go!
Just make more Ignifer. We're going to need a fair bit of it here, I feel. As well as the Woodruffs. Light that. No, wrong thing. Light it is what I wanted. Woodruffs goes on the ground there. I can now run through. Lovely. And you've got this! A lovely little van. I do enjoy a nice van. We need more cord, we need more sulfur. Got it. Can we get more sulfur from going around to this side? I doubt it, but I'll have a quick check. No. We cannot. Okay, turn it all the way back. Very slowly. And I'm assuming go through this bit. Seems to be the most sensible. Light the torch. Light this.
I don't believe it. Look
Got
at
a
them.
bunch of sulfur.
River.
If I now go back,
It's the only way to get to
I
the
should have
boat.
enough ignifer.
The cart. We
But
can
I
relight the
can...
fire and push it.
No, I'll light it
Shut
and
up.
you push it.
I don't care
All
about
by
you.
myself.
You saw what happened earlier. You think they're just going to let us pass like that?
All right. All right. Get your ammunition ready, because we haven't done all this for nothing.
Let me
Come on,
into the
Lucas, let's
bench,
go.
Lucas.
Woobly woobly.
Let me in. Let me in, Lucas. Lucas, no. No, Lucas. I want to craft. It's right there in front of me. This game loves its invisible walls.
Really? Heavy. Come on.
Fine, I guess just craft more ignifer.
An effort. Don't forget I spent my life in a cellar. The ground is vibrating. Do you feel it?
Yes, yes, they're coming.
Don't
Okay.
get near.
Get rid of them.
You want to
This
take
is
my
fine.
I get
Another one over there. We are doing magnificently. This is awfully weird having to just chuck fire at rats. It's not what I thought this game would involve. Where was that one? There. Well, lovely. The cart got in the way. Yeah, it is a lot of rats. You're not wrong, John. Hello.
It's alright. I don't believe it. Look at them.
Grab all of this.
The river of rats.
It's the only way to get to the boat.
Craft some extra again.
We can relight the fire and push it in.
No, I'll light it and you push it.
What? All by myself?
You saw what
create some
happened
of this, I
earlier.
guess.
You think they're just going to let us pass like that? Come on, Lucas, let's go.
I probably should have created some extinguish. Extinguish? I don't know how you pronounce it. Yeah, we want ignifer currently.
Really?
And if I stand in front of the cart, does it just push me?
Make an effort.
Yes.
An effort. Don't forget I spent my life in a
Very
cellar.
kind of you, Lucas. Pushing me along as well. Indeed, the TF2 heavy strat of just stand in front of a payload.
You want to take my sling?
Come on, next one's coming out from there. We're fine. Another one. And we have one more that comes from over there, which I didn't spot until the last minute last time. Or does it come from down there? It comes from down there.
I don't want to die.
Why am I able to light that?
You are not going to die, Lucas. Nobody
I
dies
feel
before we
that's
get to
not
the fire.
important. I maybe shouldn't have wasted my ammo on it. It's not great. I'd hoped for better.
Governed by
A
chaos.
brief point to restock.
So calm
We
down.
should be fine.
I'm doing just that.
Okay, come on. Where's the next one? Not behind us. It's there. Big mound of swirling
That's
rats.
enough. You will not stop us.
craft a bit more, just to be safe.
We're getting close. Keep going.
Back to TF2 heavying.
Everything I can.
Come on.
The light over there. The bus. We're nearly
Can't be
there.
many left. Oh, you're giving a lot more points towards the Femboy Friday. We must be very close by now.
What, Lucas?
Remember, it is like the last Friday of the month if I'll do it, so don't get your hopes set too high.
On the right track. Yes.
Because you'll have to wait a little while still. 95% complete apparently. Oh no. It's getting awfully close.
We made it, Lucas.
I did think of reminding you, David. I decided against it though.
Thank you.
But
Thank
yeah,
you.
you've remembered there.
You're pretty tough.
Yes, but I don't think I'll ever walk again.
Oh, come on. I don't know what my mother hid under there, but you don't want to miss it, do you?
Oh no. Come on. Let's go.
Okay, come on. Let's do this, Lucas. Was Lucas, right?
This is it. This is where I saw my mother die.
But
Obviously, the Femboy scream. Oh, that's not a good description for one thing.
He must have taken the hit instead of her. She is still alive, but they...
I know. Think of your brother. We have to carry on.
Again, another body that hasn't been eaten. Where's napalm? Oh no, it's fine, I can craft napalm, it's this one down here. Sadly, I'm not going to be using it, because it's very expensive to craft. Thankfully, it's just stayed lit all this time.
Well, that's good, because we're going to need your memories from back then.
The one thing in games I don't like as well though, spiral staircases. They're always a nuisance if you're not on controller.
And I was really good at searching.
There are two of us this time, and you're not a child.
Just grab more stuff. I am full on sulfur. I have a big cart. Where do we need the cart? I think just out of the way would do. Yeah, that's everything we need being grabbed. Let's give this a shove. It needs to be from this side.
Very well.
I need to call in a napalm strike. I'm not sure. And okay, apparently there's something else I could have done there before pushing that. Again, thought there was enough light from up there.
She said it was dangerous.
Understandably, no.
You never found anything?
No.
Is this where I need to make the napalm?
There are two of us this time.
What did I find? I find
We'll find it.
sulfur and a stone. It's not really great. It's kind of the stuff for Ignifer. Ignifer's not going to help, is it? That just lights a torch. Okay, so pushing this doesn't help. Alcohol, saltpeter. Does it want me to make this? Sulfur, alcohol and saltpeter have all been around. Can't see what else I'd need. So here we go. We get to use some of the napalm. Just explode the rats.
Help me push.
Perfect.
Right now.
Am I like missing a pile of obvious sticks? I feel I might be, you know. Because while we could just explode some more rats, it's awfully expensive to do.
Rats, Amicia. If you block them on the other side of the light, we'll be free to continue.
Maybe let's just take the torch. No. What does he mean? Block from the other side of the light. What does he mean? I should be doing this? This seems like a bad idea. Why would I want to do this? That's just gonna get me killed again. Or him. Possibly. Well. What do I do here? Am I missing something?
Wanted me to come down here. She said it was dangerous.
Dangerous for her, I bet. You never
What
found
did I
anything?
do?
No, and I was really good at searching.
There are two of us this time, and you're not a child anymore. We'll find it.
I really do think I'm missing something. That's a problem when games like this give you too much to use.
Look, it looks like the bite.
A Roman fresco. It looks like Justinian's plague. Laurentius told me about it. A real massacre.
Yeah.
Was there?
Yeah.
Hard to tell. It was back in the 6th century.
Big plague.
Because these baths were built by a Roman governor in the 6th century.
This fresco isn't here by chance. Neither are we.
There's not any sticks around, is there? What am I meant to do here? I mean, what I did last time of chucking in the napalm, I could do it again if the rat's up there. That seems like a waste of materials. It's not giving me any leather. If it had given me leather, I would have thought that would be the way to do this.
Rats, Amicia! If you block them on the other side of the light, we'll be free to continue.
Block from on the other side of the light. Does it just mean do this? Block them on the other side of the light. What other side of the light? There's two sides and we need both sides. I mean, I can use this. This is usable. And that seems more reasonable to use.
Help me. All right.
Just push that quick. Move in. Igniffer. There we go. That, I think, is the way we were supposed to do it. I guess.
This is the Sudatorium. The Romans came here to sweat.
You're kind of bath.
Yes. It was... Oh, look! The sculptures!
What?
Alchemical animals, putrefaction, purification, amalgamation, and sublimation. The symbol in the basin represents putrefaction as well.
These symbols used to fascinate me. There are more in the other two basins.
3 symbols, 4 sculptures. There's a fire under that one.
So we can probably light the others too.
There must be a way to get to them.
Okay.
The lion. Oh, Leon, my darling dog. I hope you're happy where
The
you
dog,
are.
I forgot about the
The
dog.
swan. Imposing and graceful.
Swan.
The toad. As ugly as ever.
Okay. Can't just call the toad ugly. That seems a bit mean.
Lucas, another fresco.
Putting it down like that.
A pregnant woman.
But that's not all. Look, next to her.
It's some sort of alembic, right? She's an alchemist?
Exactly. Alchemy has often been compared to impregnation, and the crucible or kiln to the uterus.
Ah yes,
maybe
of course.
She's just a pregnant alchemist.
Not just. This temple is your mother's. And it's not just a coincidence
I mean,
that this
toads are ugly by our standards, but by their standards, they don't get a choice in it. It just seems mean calling them ugly. Do you think you've ever seen a pretty
This house
toad?
caved in. I think you can get past.
I'll go down. Stay here.
All right.
I don't think you get pretty toads, it's just all toads look the same, you can't just call it ugly.
Great.
Hey, what does it look like down there?
A nest. They're all around me, and I can't see a thing.
Okay, I'm gonna end up dying down
Right.
here.
Let's go.
I'll try to guide you.
Small
how
toads,
do you intend
yeah,
to do
you can
that?
say toads are cute from being small, that's different from being pretty. Like, pretty and ugly are different things, aren't they? Like, they're the two opposites. Whereas you've got, like, cute and... it's like opposite of cute. Grotesque, maybe? Like, no, maybe that sounds a bit extreme. It's opposite cute. Twink toads.
Alright, I'll carry on.
I don't know about twink toads. That seems a bit wrong. Also, this fire doesn't last very long. I need to light this.
Can you see anything?
There we go. At the very end, I managed to just get that. Okay, keep on going. We're fine. Just move on through.
Going as fast as I can.
There we go.
You can come back now. I have to get out of here.
Yeah, what is the way back?
Thank you, Lucas.
Assuming it's just through here, right?
I don't know what to say. I never thought we would make it this far. That I'd find myself here. Laurentius taught me about the world through books.
There we
But
go.
reality is something else entirely, huh?
That's us done, I think.
None of this seems to be real at all. Decomposition, purification, and sublimation. Toad, swan, and serpent. So
our friend
Not the
the
lion.
lion is keeping a secret. In its mouth, perhaps. Help us, Mother.
go on. You discovered her secret, Amicia. You've earned this.
Look, it's a door. Is it the door to the next chapter? Because I've been like streaming half an hour longer than I meant to. I don't want to go in until I've lit this.
It's pitch black in here. It seems huge.
Save your ammo. I'll take care of it.
Oh, save my ammo. I've just wasted two
What do
of
you
it.
see?
God
Complementary
damn it.
products, stabilizers, reagents, noble materials, vastly superior to what we saw in the bedroom.
I thought you said you were going to handle it. Lucas, please light everything.
Is it a family tree?
Yes,
Amicia,
of my
he's
family,
not handwritten
apparently.
by a mother. Try
It
to do
disappeared.
transformation over there.
We're having two conversations at once here.
Another fresco.
A child in the arms of its mother. But these marks on its torso, Lucas.
The prima
Okay.
macula.
But this fresco is at least 8 centuries
I
old.
should be able to look at
Yet
this.
this has happened before.
But how many times?
Who knows? Sanguinis itinera, the voyages of the blood. The macula travels through history. It's already changed the world and will do so again.
We're going to say that's what caused the fall of the Roman Empire or something.
A symbol of the great alchemical work. Amicia, I think we found it. Open it.
All right.
Open it in a second, Lucas. I'm looting the place. Give me a moment. I understand it's like important to save my brother and whatnot, but there is loot to be had. Okay, here we go. That's fancy looking.
Look, advanced crystallization. Blue-green edging. Substance clear.
What? Lucas?
It's like opium or
Amber
something.
fragrance. Amazing.
No, it's not opium. That's a shame.
Spit it out. What on earth is it?
The cure for Hugo. She was making progress, but she didn't have time to finish it.
You mean the same cure that you...
Yes, without the book. It's incredible she was able to get this so far.
Stop putting the cork back in.
Perhaps we can use it ourselves.
I feel we should put the cork back in the bottle.
My preparation, I think I may be able to finish it.
You seem off to a good start, Magister. Why didn't she tell me? I would have understood. I would have...
Ow! I would have done the same thing, Amicia. She was an alchemist, and, you know, her mother protects her children, doesn't she?
Okay. That's a lot of rats.
No, no, not now. How are we going to get out of here?
This is the wave defense part,
Finish
isn't
the
it?
cure. I'll hold them back.
Will I?
Can't believe it. Why now? Lucas, we have to get a move on.
I'm reading. Your mother stopped at the sun door. She found the torch, but she didn't know how to light it.
It doesn't make sense.
They're symbols. She was looking for the missing element. But the book says you must empty.
Just light everything I can.
Your mother was mistaken. You must not add, but subtract. Find me some macerate.
Let's see.
While I prepare the mix. There has to be some around here.
Macerate? What's that? Where will I find it?
In the pharmacopoeia. The alcove with the curtain.
On my way.
In the
Writing
what?
down. Laurentius used to say, "Come,
What did he just say?
It is that we should guard."
That sounds like a fancy word. Probably not over there. Like over the curtain, what that bit are you thinking? Possibly, but how do I get it? I mean, we've got this, but I've not been given any crystals in this area. There seems to be too many rats, just lure them away. Give it a go.
Do you have the macerate? I can't get there.
No, that didn't work. No, never mind. Okay. It's not that. Apparently we can't get to it. That's good to hear as we're dying.
Why now? Lucas, we have to get a move on.
I'm reading. Your mother stopped at the sun door. She found the torch, but she didn't know how to light it.
It doesn't make sense.
They're symbols. She was looking for the missing
Let's craft a
element.
bit more.
The book says,
There we go.
"You must empty the vessel for the spirit to fill it." Your mother was mistaken. You must not add, but subtract. Find me some macerate while I prepare the mix. There has to be some around here.
Macerate? What's that? Where will I find it?
In the pharmacopoeia. The alcove with the curtain.
Okay, what we
On my
need
way.
is alcove with curtain.
Quieten down. Laurentius used
That's
to say,
not where we need to
"Calm
go.
the music of your heart.
But we need help to get to there, if we do want to go there.
Calm yourself."
Can we move it this way? We can. Okay, I thought it had a much shorter range. Here we go. Just keep it moving. And bam. That should be us. That's it.
There are too many pots, Lucas. I don't know which ones are which.
Find the one that really stinks.
Everything stinks. That doesn't smell good. Oh, but it doesn't smell that bad either. What's that? No idea. It
Okay,
doesn't smell of anything.
middle one.
Pepper? Mint? No.
No, is there
It must
another?
be worse
Is
than
it
that.
this?
Much worse. Oh, oh Lord. Oh, that is absolute. Oh. Lucas, they're coming back. They're regrouping.
Yeah, we got swarms. Just get rid of them. I missed. God damn it.
I'm coming.
Just give him the thing. How do we even escape once we're done with this?
Gently. Stop shaking. There's no time to waste any.
They're coming back.
Yeah, we're gonna make a swarm. Just chuck some fire. Another one. Very close, but we can just get rid of them.
Good, but not enough.
Come
You said
on,
you had to filter
Lucas.
something out. So why are you still adding things?
You have to add in order to subtract. The bridge, Amicia! You have to clear a way to the stills for me.
All right then, let's get to those stills.
Yeah, those stills there. Thought this would be a thing. You just need to move this all the way around. Thankfully, there's not any rats showing up. Oh no, I spoke too soon. Who could have guessed? Honestly though, these rats, like, I don't think once have I complimented their ability to be able to just, like, get rid of... Oh no, Lucas can do that. Get rid of, like, stone and whatnot in the ground. They're amazing tunnelers in this, aren't they?
They know what's going on, but they won't change the course of history. Time to get back to work.
Oh, Lucas, don't do anything stupid.
Okay,
I know
Lucas.
what I'm doing. I think so. At least, at any rate, there's no going back.
Just be careful.
Lucas, watch out! Look overboard.
Assuming I need to protect him. But we're running out of material. Just craft a bit more. It's sulphur we're lacking. We're fine in everything else. Ah, sulphur. Lovely.
First alcohol. Voila! The door of the sun. The flame of the carrier.
I swear that wasn't there before. I would have looted it earlier. Come on. Is he going to protect me while I do this? I'd hope so. Oh dear.
I don't know what you're doing, but do it! I'll hold them off! Maybe it's too light. Lucas, I don't know if I can hold them. I'm nearly there. Lucas, I need
What were you doing?
need some time. They're coming from every... Lucas, I have nothing left. Lucas!
I mean, I could have made more.
What's happening?
What's happened?
I've done it, and it looks like they know.
Well, let's not hang about.
So they really wanted to stop me, but then they decided, actually no, you're done. That's fine. But, oh, they're staying away as if it's some kind of lethal poison to them. Oh, okay.
Lucas, you did it.
We did it.
Laurentius would be proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. At least we know for certain now. If the elixir is linked to the rats, that means there's a link to the carrier.
Yes, but first things first. We have to save Hugo.
That feels like the end of a chapter. Is it? No, we've still got a little bit more. Why are the looters staying with us? Unless it's to sell us out.
It's them!
I understand not liking the Inquisition, but they wanted money, didn't they?
Our trainee alchemist has worked wonders. We have the elixir.
I always knew you were a good one.
Thanks.
Come on, let's go see Hugo.
Hell. There's another, like, maybe 5-6 chapters left. What's gonna go wrong?
Hugo, you're not sleeping? Hey, look! We did it! The elixir! Lucas made it. Here you go.
It might be a little bitter.
Never mind. Drink it in one gulp.
I don't know if you wanted to elixir. You said something about the
Am I
conjuration.
Well...
In any case, you'll soon be a lot better.
Amicia, will we never see Mummy again?
Oh, Hugo. I told you. She won't be coming back. No.
And it doesn't hurt where she is?
No, of course not. Let's all go to bed now, eh?
Does he know what torture is? What kind of kid at
you'll
that
feel a lot
age knows what
better, you'll see.
torture is from overhearing it? What on earth? Yeah, the religious person with Inquisition, he was on about doing conjuration with that book and the child, so there's something amiss still. Alright, do I go for another just short while, or do we continue this tomorrow? That's Act 13. Got 5 acts left.
Amicia, you won't believe it.
Assuming there's 17,
That's not true, he was in front of the line.
then
You're just
we're
rubbish.
getting close to the end.
Ugh, if you don't play by the rules...
You're gonna tell me
Hugo!
about rules.
I keep telling Have you seen Hugo? Hugo!
Hey,
Hugo!
where are you, kid?
How does Hugo just disappear like this? Brilliant. Well, we found what was going to go wrong.
He's gone.
We knew there was going to be something. That was too simple a solution. The boy is a rat. I really hope. I'm thinking Like, this is the origin story for Skaven from Warhammer mythos. Just the rat people who go around blowing everyone up using weird, like, greenish crystals, which seem to be centered around the rats in this game. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, possibly he's gone to save the mum. But how would he know where the mum is? What would he even plan to do?
Oh.
Yeah, do we do more of this? Or do we leave this for tomorrow? So I'm going to need to end this at like 7 quite sharp tomorrow. So I'm thinking that I should just continue, just so I can make sure I get it finished tomorrow.
Go on.
I said it would be just the one chapter we did, then we'd leave it, but no. No, we're gonna go back on that. We're gonna keep on going.
Think, Amicia, think.
Let's see. Can we find Hugo? Is he dead? Is he being tortured? Maybe a mix of both.
A village? Here?
I'm hoping it's a mix of both.
Hey! Wait! Did anyone see a child come through here? Please!
Oh, Amicia! Are you feeling better? How is the
It's a
little
dream.
Lavi? Is that you? Have
Is
you
this
seen
Hugo now shaping the world? Because he knows what's going on?
Times are hard enough
yeah,
already
he likes
without
this.
you two arguing.
But we weren't arguing anymore.
Amicia, a child never runs away without a reason.
Open the door. I'm going to find him.
This is Hugo changing the world somewhat, isn't it?
An ill wind is on its way, Amicia.
Because she shouldn't be here.
What is
She was in a very different place before. This is either a dream.
Come with me.
Laurentius?
Is that really you?
Where is Hugo?
He's gone.
Hello, Drainer.
I knew this would happen.
We've possibly cured Hugo, the brother.
I don't
We're
know.
not sure.
I did everything I could to protect him. Even horrible things.
It is easy to spill blood, but to love, to protect.
I'm going to find him.
Then go.
Thank you for the bits, David. Very much appreciate it. The cup's less empty now.
That's him.
Closest one to a rat. I mean, I guess, but I don't feel many people are going to be happy for comparing the dog to a rat.
How is he?
If he's back, it's because he's not very well.
But I did everything.
You hid the
But
truth
yeah.
from him.
But
his
happening?
emotions, Amicia. I warned you.
let me see him.
Can I just chuck a rock at her?
Who are you talking to, Mummy?
I have to see him.
He doesn't need you anymore.
That's a lie.
Go on then. See for yourself.
Hugo, do I get to just beam you over the head of a rock, please?
Hugo, are you alright?
Please let me.
What's the matter? Why did you leave?
Why didn't you tell me Mummy was alive?
It was for your own good, Hugo.
That's not true. You didn't want me to know.
Don't say that.
You're jealous. Jealous. Let go of me.
He's run away. He wants to save his mum.
Hugo. Where are you?
Yeah, he ran off. Fair enough, he wants to save his mum. What did he expect to happen?
Hugo!
Let me go.
He's there. Thank you.
Stop shouting! Where's your sister, eh?
I don't know.
Soon it just wants me to do this.
Look what.
Amicia.
I'm here. Everything's
Are there any
alright,
rocks
Hugo.
on the ground?
It's over.
Yeah, because I'm a bit low. And before Poison stopped streaming for 5 days just to not fill the goal. I mean, the thing is, Drainer, I set it to like 30 days, which is the limit, but you're able to prolong it after that for like an extra 100 odd days, so we're gonna get with them by Friday, regardless, don't worry.
Right. They didn't hurt you, did they?
Yeah, I think we were in
Why
some
did you
kind
go
of
off like
dream or
that?
something.
I heard Mummy. She was calling me.
It must have been a nightmare, that's all.
I really thought it was her. She was in pain and...
She can't feel pain where she is now. We talked about this.
But...
She's gone, Hugo. You have to accept it. Let's go back.
Alright.
We must get back to the castle.
You know, she's too precious to, like, the big Inquisitor man. So she's definitely continuing to feel pain where she is. She's the only real lead we have in where Hugo is.
What?
It's coming from over there. We have to go.
No, you're not going.
But why? Let go of me.
Hugo!
If you look at his arms, I'm pretty sure he's looking even worse than usual at the moment. I didn't get a good look at his arms just there, but Hugo... I mean, he's running around well enough, but I don't think he's cured. It's still feeling like a dream sequence. Guys, less keyboard stuff is coming in tomorrow and you still have 50 switches. I mean, you don't have to do it that quickly, do you? Yeah, it's almost definitely a dream.
I'll kill all of you!
Not them! No!
It's rats.
Is that you?
It's okay, it's dream rats, they can't eat me.
I'm coming! Get out of my way! Let me through!
I can't do anything too fancy.
No, Nicholas! Don't touch him!
Where is your sister?
Hugo!
My sister?
Get away from me!
Where's me?
There is no one there. Come. Let us go.
Hell's going on? I'm swimming in the rats. Well, I've got no idea what's going on. That entire act? It was. Well, I said I would do that last act. I guess that's it for now. Cool, that's a lot shorter than the previous act, wasn't it? Act 13 is quite a short one. Not very long at all.
Done.
Can I go and see my mother now?
Only the Grand Inquisitor may say.
But you told me.
My words are of no importance. Only those of the Grand Inquisitor. But be sure, you are very precious to him indeed.
Oh dear. A rat. Helping Hugo. Did I play as Hugo right now? Oh.
You hurt me.
Well.
I have to find Mummy.
I mean, we have better control of the rats after that elixir. Seemingly, anyway. If that rat came in and, like, helped us. Also, could we have not kept in a more secure room than one which was a very obvious hole in a cupboard? Like, the other side, there's not even a door. But no, there is a door, it's just wide open. But yeah, that is enough for now. We're going to be leaving off with Hugo having what looks to be 2 holes in his arms. He's a rat-mancer. That's one of the most, like, specific kind of mages, I feel. Although, would that be that he needs to conjure rats or just control rats? Anyway, that's enough for now. I'll continue this and possibly just get it all finished tomorrow, with any luck. Yeah, I appreciate you all coming around and keeping me company. It's always nice to have people to chat to. I've been enjoying the game. You've all enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or evening or whatever it may be. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now. I need to tab out.